Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing good. Another fun night in store for us. We have 3 Alienwares. We're doing all Alienware tonight, and a couple different sizes: a 14, a 16, and an 18. And so that would be fun. One's an X series, one's an M series, and one's a old 18 series. So should be pretty interesting. And do we have the poll up on Twitch? We do. So if you're on Twitch, go ahead and vote. I'll give you a little background real quick on these 3 machines here. Liquid metal single barrel bourbon. Ooh, on the rocks. That sounds good. Ooh, one of these nights I'll have a little nipper here on stream. I just don't want to get too loopy. But the poll is up. Everyone vote. We got about 10 minutes to vote. The first machine is the M16R1. That's going to be beer spilled on it, and then I guess the customer opened it up, cleaned it, and still has like a power rail failure. The second one's going to be an X14. That one, they said that they dropped something on the motherboard when they had it opened up, and sparks flew, and then now it won't charge. I think it does power out the battery. And then the last one's an it's an 18R1, which is the old, huge 2016 machine that has 2 SLI video cards, and it has a modular CPU and everything on there. So that one's gonna be massive, but that one shorts out the charger. That should be pretty straightforward if it's a capacitor or MOSFET or something, who knows, but could be an easy pizza. Anyway, cast your votes. Did you finally try this cigar? Yes, I did, and it was delicious. I had no idea that Jack Daniel's made some cigars, so that was great. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have another cigar tonight, actually, after the stream. So that's going to be great. Hello in India. It's 5:30 a.m. Well, it should be it should be a round number. It shouldn't be 30. I don't think you live in the 30s, do you? Because it's a 00 here, 605 here. Hello in Sydney. You have a big machine in the garage. Do you really? What's that? What's the big machine? You have the 18-inch, the big 18-inch in the garage? Yeah. Get Twitchy, all of their own. Hey, we got a first-time chatter. Thanks for chatting in. What are the votes doing right now? I can't even. It's hard for me to see on the screen. Oh, it's like too tiny. What we got? 49% and 80. Oh, most people want to see the Alienware on Twitch. Interesting. I mean, they're all Alienware. The X14. I love the machine with the 18-inch screen. 250 viewers, only 60 likes. Hit that like button. Yeah, that's definitely helpful. You have a 17R4 with a broken 17R4 that is broken, and I may use it for target practice. Sounds good. You could do it. Put some Ghetto Boys on and hit it with a baseball bat. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster, right? Easy Pizza is the first one. If we do the 18-inch, I think that's an easy pizza. That just in my head, I think it's an easy pizza. So, or easy burrito, as I like to say. I'm not Soren, so. Hello from Missouri, Thailand, Arizona. Hello from Fort Myers. Welcome. It's 11 a.m. there, where you are. Wow, that's crazy. It's the other side of the world. Australia, Gold Coast, beautiful, beautiful. You have an Acer. You would love to see the SLI where that shorts the charger. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's going to be the quickest and easiest one we'll probably do first if we wanted to, but no one's voting on it, so probably not going to see it at all. Twitch right now is winning with that 86% and with the X14, so we'll do that one first if that's how it ends right now. And if the dust settles right now, then the Alienware M16R1 will be second. So, Rolling Rock in the lead. You got a Rolling Rock beer. That was actually my first beer ever, was a Rolling Rock. You want more sparks. I actually have 2 machines in right now where the customer opened it up and dropped a screwdriver on it. So I almost put the other one in there too, but I wanted to get a third one if we were going to do that. But it was a little hard to have all 3 of them in here. But let's see. Love the machine, the big 18-inch. Stupid, it had everything stuffed into a Alienware and put it in and cost me more than my car. That's right. Whoa! We got a super chat coming in. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate it. While y'all are voting, I know I'm trying to keep up with chat and saying hi for all the different regions. We got Paris. I see New Zealand, Netherlands. I have something I want to show you. Okay, and it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll give it a second. I'll show you here in a second, but it's pretty interesting. Okay, Argentina. We got, let's see, where else we got? Wisconsin. We have Philippines. Yeah, vote, 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 guys. We only have 14 votes on Twitch, and we have 28 viewers on Twitch. So you guys who are off to the side and doing your little lurk move, just press that button. Hello from the Philippines. Argentina. It's great, man. Okay. Okay, New Jersey, Florida, North Carolina, Kentucky. We have Gilbertville, Pennsylvania, Princeton, Texas, Independence, Missouri, Wisconsin tuning in. Welcome from Wisconsin, Melbourne, Australia. We got Montgomery from the State of Confusion. Nice one. Oh my gosh. Jamaica, you're making me happy. New York, 4 a.m. Where are you at in 4 a.m.? Rockford, Illinois, DC. Okay, Canada, Switzerland, Germany, Greece, Wales, Norway, Finland, UK, Colorado. Okay, England, San Diego. Okay, are you ready for what I want to show you? Let me show you this real quick. I'm going to get that off my face here. Okay, so okay, this came in the day. And I've never seen one of these before. All right? So I'm going to preface it in this is the first time, and I was going to put it in the stream, but I decided that it probably would be better as a video. So look for a video coming up. You ready? Okay. Oh my gosh, this thing is like, I don't know, 15 pounds or something. So speaking of the big 18-inch laptops, this is a $4,000 spec'd Alienware 18, what is it? Alienware 18 Area 51 that just came out like a few months ago. This thing came in for repair. Why do you ask? Why would it come in for repair? It has a 5080 in it, so an RTX 5080. It has the Core Ultra 9. I don't know which one it is, and then it has a 4 terabyte with a 2 terabyte, 64 gigs of RAM. I mean, this thing is maxed out, right? So it costs about $4,000. We spec'd it out to figure out like how much this person paid for this thing. 18-inch screen, and it's here for repair. All right. It actually comes on, and check out this new logo. Check out the Alienware logo. Watch this. It's going to do it. Give it a second. There it goes. Isn't that pretty sick? That's pretty sick. So why is it here? Okay. This is one of those faux pas that happens when somebody is buying a really expensive laptop and then they want to fix it up or do something to it. So the customer bought this and wanted to, yeah, it's still under warranty. It's way under warranty. It's like has more warranty than it knows what to do with. But there's no way to warranty this. There's no way to warranty this. Let me show you what they cannot warranty. Here, I'll dump this stuff out right here. Microscope. So this is the junction board cable for the daughter board. And here's the junction board connector. They ripped it clean off the board. And so they want me to solder it back on. And then the other thing that they ripped and damaged completely, they ripped both sides, by the way. They weren't even messing around. They were like, oh, we ripped one side, might as well rip the other side off. I guess they thought it popped up like this instead of popped out like that. So warranty will not cover that, obviously. And then the other thing that they did is, you know those Wi-Fi antennas? They, oh shoot, you guys can't see my face. There we go. All right, so I like talking to the camera, but you can't see me. You know the Wi-Fi antennas? They ripped the nipples off of the Wi-Fi card and ruined and mangled the entire Wi-Fi antenna. So now those all need to be rerouted or replaced, which I'm not gonna be able to find them, so I'm probably gonna have to cut them. this will be a fun one. I figured that I'll probably just save it for a video. I think it'll be nice because, you know, this thing, you know, how to destroy a $4,000 laptop before it even is out of warranty or something like that. I don't know if the video is going to be named, but something like that. And we will see. So y'all look for that. And I figured it'd be a good time to show you on a stream. So let me get this thing out of here. Oh, it's really heavy though. It's massive. Okay, what did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, there's a connector on both sides. So basically the motherboard has a daughter board. So the daughter board has a connector, the motherboard has a connector, and then there's a little cable that connects the two. And I guess they just kind of ripped it straight up and just ripped everything off. So, and it wasn't like they ripped one side and they were like, shoot, that's not how it comes off. They literally just ripped it. And the Wi-Fi antennas, like I haven't looked at them yet, but I was just told that they were like, because I mean, I can solder on the little nipples onto the Wi-Fi card, which is probably built on the board. But I can't, the ends of the UFL ends, I can't replace those, or at least very well. I haven't tried actually. I can cut the ends off and probably solder them to the card. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing because I can't find these antennas because this thing just came out. They had too much bourbon. And I don't know, and I was thinking, I was like, did they watch one of my videos and say, I don't want liquid metal on this, and then try to take it apart? I don't know. That's what it could be. It could be that they were like, I want to de-liquid metal this, and then. So anyway, that's that. So what are our polls end with? 82% on the X14, so we're going X14. Second place is going to be the M16R1, the beer spill, and then the third place is going to be the SLI 18s. So I have a video on that 18-inch if you want to see one of those, because I already did a video on that in the past. So you can watch that video if you want to see one of those big old SLIs. Let me just look at the chat real quick, see if I missed anything. Make that one a video on Sunday. I mean, we could do it on Sunday. I just got to figure out, like, what I want to do before I mess with it at all is I want to make sure everything works, because the last thing I need is this laptop to have some other issue, and then when they get it back, they'll be like, well, it worked when I got it, or whatever, you know. So like, because when I first booted it up on the counter, it actually rebooted on me. It was in Windows, and then I was like Open Device Manager, and the whole thing rebooted. So I don't know if there's some other issue going on too. So we will see. What else have we got here? Why would an Alienware X14R1 suddenly shut down while using it? I ended up unplugging the Thunderbolt dock and power cable, unplugged it back in, and turned back on. It could just be some sort of power surge that happens. It could be, you're talking about click off like that. It's a strange symptom. It might be an overheating thing that also could cause it to shut right off. So I don't know. When you use gorillas, when gorillas use pliers, that's like a China in the bull shop, or a bull in a China shop. It's the gorilla with the pliers taking apart a computer. So shall we get started? Want that void the warranty? Yes. So that's what I'm thinking. So that's why I want to have a conversation with them. I'm sure their warranty is just messed up anyway. I don't know. I mean, it's probably gone. So you know, I don't know. What can you do? They screwed up, you know. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to start paying people to fix things. So you watch the replays, but sometimes don't get the entire broadcast stream. Yeah, it's hard to sit here and watch these 3.5, 4 hour streams. It's hard for me to sit here, actually. It's pretty quick. It's really strange. When I sit here and do this, next thing I know, it's like been 4 hours. So that means I'm having fun, right? Let me get started on one of these. Which one we're doing? X14, right? Let me grab it. All right, so here's our X14. These are beautiful machines. What's cool about an X14 is it's super thin, almost like as thin as like a MacBook or something. It is a gaming laptop, but it only runs on USB-C, so it's only gonna have a 130 watt charger. And I think I don't know if they put RTX 4070s in them. I know they have 4060s. So they don't come in like really high specs because there's not enough watts to run it. So, but they're cool looking laptops for sure. There's a few things I don't like about these because they had to do some funky stuff. So if you look here at the back, the screen kind of opens up a little further over, right? So we have some sort of like angle here. Well, once we take this back off, I'll show you, but there's actually the LCD ribbon cable kind of fishes through kind of like a mesh of things, and it has a spring that's supposed to like relieve the tension. Well, right on this edge of this, where the cable goes into the screen, they don't have a stress relief crack there, or a relief thing that keeps it from bending, and it will end up cracking the cable and ruining it anyway. So, well, the machine just came on. Now, so they just said that it stopped charging. So I haven't checked any of this stuff. I have no idea, but we will see. So does it turn on? Yes, it turns on. So let me put our power meter up here. That's the one we need. Okay. Let me plug it in. Let's see what the power meter's saying. There we go. All right, so negotiates 20 volts, pulling 0, right? It's, 003, blah, 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 but really the first 2 digits is all we're looking at, right? So pulling 0, I'm gonna flip it over just for good measure. Still pulling 0, and then we have 2 other USB-C ports on this, so I'm gonna switch those over. Just try that out. And that one did a little bit different. Yeah, it's going to 0.01 for a second, but still kind of shutting off or not doing anything. And then the last thing here. So, just in a vacuum, without even really, opening it up or anything, I'm going to point towards, and if we're going to guess, should I even be guessing, or should I just do it? I don't know. Do you want me to tell you what I think it is, or should I just open it up and let's figure it out together? Ooh. MOSFET died? Okay, we got a MOSFET died. Here, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. I thought I ended this poll here. End that poll. Yeah. Oh, just tell us. You just want the facts. No, I'd be just talking through my butt. No. So what I think it is going to be, no, PD controller probably not. So the reason why I'm going to say that is because we have a port here, and then we have 2 ports here. This one, I believe, has one PD controller that runs these 2 ports, and this one has one PD controller that runs this one port. And when we plug it in, we're getting these, all 3 of them respond the same. Okay, so that right there automatically just tells me they're all kind of operating the same. They're all going up to 20 volts. They're all supplying 20 volts to their output. The power management, the PM IC, the power management controller IC, that is probably what the issue is, because it's going to have to go there. And you can take a power management chip off these boards and the machine will still turn on. It will still run off of the battery. So batteries are after all that stuff. So that's probably what it is, but it could just be like a resistor right there next to it, or please disable voting banner at the bottom of the screen. I think I already got that, right? Oh, right. Somebody needs to change the title. That's what it is. Someone needs to change the title of the stream. So, X14, and there were sparks, and then the thing shut off and doesn't charge, or whatever you want to title it, or I can title it. Oh, all right, let's get the bottom opened up. Let's go. Get it. Get it. Now, I think DIY Dave's running late today, he said. He'll be a little bit late. And we got the title up there, repairing a Alienware X14 that sparks, then it won't charge. All right, and the bottom is off. Let's take a quick look around. So we have the main battery here. This is a Dell OEM, even though we don't have the kind of the regular setup, because this is the Alienware version of the battery. It doesn't have a Dell logo, it has an Alienware logo. The barcode right there on the battery is a little bit different shaped or look, but we can confirm that it was made in 2021 with the 1 right there. So that looks good. That's on the battery cable, actually. That's not even on the battery. So the barcode, I bet it's on the back of that battery. So this battery is this motherboard's a really thin motherboard. Let me grab one. I'll show you what it looks like, because I have them over here. This is the R1 version of the X14, and this is the R2 version of the X14. Very thin boards. So We're talking like it doesn't take very long for me to heat this up. You know how I put a lot of heat and I have to change these components out? It's because the Alienware boards are usually really thick. Well, these are thin because it's only 130 watt of power that goes into these things, so they don't need to be that thick. All right, so what do we need to do first? We probably need to pull the board out, but we can take a look around. I'm going to unplug the main battery so we get that out of the picture, and then I want to take their SSD out of here so I don't worry about damaging that. I think beer would be corrosive, but if it's a Pilsner, does it matter? Does it matter which type? So do you think an IPA is going to be more corrosive than a Pilsner? What do you think? Or a lager? A lager? That's a proper nice laptop. Proper nice. Oh yes, proper nice. It's 1 in the afternoon in New Zealand. Well, top of the day to you. U.S. citizens live in Philippines. You have a lot of U.S. citizens living there? You should do a live with an AI voice changer like Soren. You know, it'd be funny until it's not funny. I'd be better just doing a voice impression or something. Because I know Northwest Repair, he did like 2 videos or 3 videos, and it was, the first one was funny, the second one was like, are you still doing this? And the third one was like, okay, give it up, right? So it's like, you know, there's only so much you can press a joke like that. Now, I did like his his Northridge Fix version. That was really funny. You're guessing a shorted cap? Are you guessing a shorted cap on this? This person dropped a screwdriver or something on here. Actually, let me see if I can pull up their details. You can read the notes. Oh, excuse me. Make sure there's no personal information. Just a service tag. There you go. Read away. I'm not a very good, I can't read that fast. So let's see, had issues with the Wi-Fi card, replacing it, son dropped a screwdriver bit and it hit the battery cable and it sparks flew. So yeah. So it detects it, but it just doesn't work. And then do we need to mess with the Wi-Fi after that? Try different known chargers, USB-C. Okay. Oh no, I haven't found that video yet with the toilet paper rolls. I need to figure that. I need to find that. Well, yeah, we may take a look at that later. But yeah, I get now that why you were saying about the toilet paper rolls, because Soren does get some weird stuff sometimes in his shipments. It's 1 a.m. in Germany. Okay, so the bottom's off. Here's what I wanted to show you. This wacky mechanism. Maybe you can see it from the top. So here's where the LCD ribbon cable goes through. I'm going to open the lid. Watch. Here, let's see if I can put it in an angle. Okay. See how it's pulling that down, and then I go down that way. So it's rolling through this little roller that's on a spring tensioner. And it pulls back, and it's good. So that actually is not a fail point. It's the point where it goes into the LCD screen where it fails. So I've replaced so many of these. We call it, this is a cable gate type of situation where it keeps failing. Speaking of Northridge Fix, did you catch his latest video to discuss this is Lewis? No, I haven't. I might need to check that one out. Oh, God, he's just, man, he just needs to cut it out. It's like, he doesn't, I guess maybe he just likes the controversy and it creates more views on his channel or something. I don't know. Oh, we're supposed to look around the board, aren't we? Okay, let's look around the board. Let's take a gander. Just take a quick trip around this board here. Battery connector is over here. So they said they dropped it in this YAR area. And I have no idea where the power is. That the power management chip? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't see a burn in the power management chip. So for people who don't know what a power management chip is, or power management IC, or PMIC, it is what controls the charging of the battery and the protection MOSFETs, and it is what creates the main power rail. So it's going to take the 20 volts from the charger and then reduce it down to battery voltage and charge the battery, and reduce it down to a voltage that the laptop can use. And a lot of times these will go out or they'll burn up, especially if you drop a screwdriver bit right over here. And I don't see a spark anywhere. Do you see a spark? Let's put it in high definition mode. There we go. See if that makes it easier to see. There we go. All right. My focus is off. That looks good, but my focus over here is bad. Okay, we're set. Does anyone see anything? This is where it said it was dropped. No, I'm waiting for Raf's beeswax flux. I emailed him this morning about like getting it, but then I know he has another formula he just came up with. He posted another video today saying that he figured out how to keep the nozzle from clogging. So there's another revision he's dealing with. So I'll kind of wait until he's ready. But I do want that. I love beeswax. I love me some bees and some honey. He needs to put honey and bourbon in some flux. That's what we should tell him to do. That's what we should do. You can't stand Northridge Fixed. I mean, I watch all his videos, and I watch all of their videos, because I need to absorb everything, and it doesn't matter if I agree with whatever they're talking about, but I have to take in the information. There's the EC chip. That's what is the embedded controller. That's what handles turning on the laptop, turning on power supplies, running the fans, looking at the power button, things like that. I don't see anything, guys. Do you think it's on the other side of the board? Here's one thing I hate about this machine is it has the fan connector is a little flip latch, and these flip latches break every time. Every time I just flip them up and then just take the fan thing out, that little latch wants to fall off. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on it once we flip it up. And I always lose the latch. This cover. Oh, it's hard to get this cover off. This is all CPU stuff under here. Northridge Fix, like the NVIDIA, watched and offered to replace the board. I didn't see the NVIDIA video that he posted today yet, because I know that he did something about that. Let's see. Looks like, is there anything shorted? That's a good point. We should just check that. But I was doing physical inspection, but we can go straight to, we can raw dog it. Raw dog measure. I mean, the board turns on, so that in general, here's our pin 1, and then this is going to be on this, this is a 9538CH chip, and so this will be 20 volts input. This will be our VDD, or 5 volts. This will be our AC detect, which is 3.7. So those are the 3 pins that I always go to on this 9538CH. There's no shorts over there, and we're probably not going to have a short anywhere around here because the board's turning on. I don't think it's a short thing. I think it's a open. So let's plug in the power and just measure. Bourbon flux. Yeah, I want some bourbon flux. I'm going to plug in the charger. We'll measure at the 9538CH. 2 ripped caps. Donde? That cap. Let's see. Input MOSFET visual. 2 ripped caps. Nate. Let's see. Where's the 2 ripped caps? Is it over here near the power management chip? Go back, and are we talking about near the battery connector, or are we talking about near the power management chip? Top left. So up here. Top left, this would be my other left, right? So I only have one side. I got a left and I got my other left. That's all I got. Go left to top port. Near the EC, thank you. That's what I need. I need proximities. Okay. Ripped cap. Ripped cap. And now, this is almost like last week or last Sunday, whenever I was like, I could not find that circuit, and you guys, it's right there. Go down, go up. And I'm like looking for something My focus is still off from your focus. And it's driving me crazy. Okay, go up, top of the board, near EC, look close. Look close, okay. Oh, look, that one says yes. I like that one. That's my favorite chip. Yes. And I don't see anything. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, let's see. Yes, there you see him upper. Oh, past the bracket. No, your other left. Sorry. Oh my gosh, now we just need someone else to drive the ship. That, you know, a few mods can just actually drive it. Okay, so okay, all right, here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point. Okay. 3 vertical rows. Do we have an imprint? Is it in my view right now? How's that? I don't see a cap knocked off so far. So, nope. Okay. So, do I need to go? Do I need to go up here? Oh, you can't see it. Do I need to go this way, or do I need to go? So, this will be up, and this will be down. So up, okay. Oh, and if it's just like plain as day, then I'm going to be really funny and laughing. I just don't see it. I don't see anything, man. To me, I mean, I'm just seeing a bunch of points here, right? So, like all this stuff, you know, these are all just solder ball points. I don't see any like ripped pads. I mean, this stuff is normal. This stuff is normal. Normal. That's all normal. These are all just balls. I mean, if it's a ball on top, then it's not a rip. Up, up, up. We got lots of up. Up, up, and away. Here, I'm just going to zoom out all the way. Okay. Am I getting warmer? Hello, hello. Hello from Oklahoma City. Yeah, we're having a Where's Waldo event right now. Am I getting, okay, am I getting warmer? This is funny. Maybe we should have some sort of game where you guys pick something in consensus and then make me figure out where it is. All right, so go left. This is King's Quest, actually. Go north. You cannot use profanity to a poll. You lost us there. Asking a bunch of noobs. What could go wrong? So is it one of these little dots y'all are seeing here? Do left with camera. So left with camera would be this way with camera. Dragon Quest. Profanity will not help you on this quest. Sarcasm will not help you on this quest. Oh, Westridge. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Westridge Fix. That's our new channel. We're changing our channel name. Impose a grid on the screen. Pan left, pan right. That's a good idea. Which quadrant is it in? But is it in the view right now? That's the real question. If it's in the view right now, that can help, and then we'll break it into four. It's probably nothing because I don't see it. Go towards DC10. I like that type of instruction. That's a real instruction. DC10 is right here, so that would be down for me. Okay. No, 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 don't go towards DC10. Is everyone in consensus of what we're looking at? That's so funny. It better be obvious. This is like playing Where's Waldo. It totally is. Except or Marco Polo. There you go. That's what it is. More like Marco Polo. 100% borked cap, not in view. Okay. Left to DC10. So here's our DC10 right here. Right? Concur. So this guy right here, or these guys right here. Those are resistors, probably. Not a dot. We're searching for something. Yeah, they're searching for something. I don't see it. Don't concur. Don't concur. Marco! Cap always turns sideways. Cap turned sideways. Okay, so a cap turned sideways. This would be a cap turned sideways. 5 caps in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 was touching 2, and 4 was missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are caps turned sideways. So one of these guys in this area? Concur? We got to concur? I got to concur. Left of metal bracket. I think everyone's not on the same page of what the concurrence is here. Because I don't concur. Yeah, there's nothing ripped off of here. Now, if someone's saying there's a sus cap, like this cap right here has a little mark on it, I can probably wipe it off, I bet. The red herring. Yeah, that's exactly what this is a red herring. Simon says, what would the poll say if we had a poll? There's nothing to say. Okay, camera left, past metal piece on the left. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out. So we have a metal piece somewhere. Where's our metal piece? Step right up and get your metal piece. So here's a metal piece. It's in the CPU area. Are you kidding me? Why hasn't anyone said that? What? Oh, shootness. Oh, shootness. Guys. Wow. Bro. That's cray cray. Thank you. See, the person who put that money right there, boom, they nailed it. They nailed it. Look at all this stuff missing. I would say we have a plethora of stuff missing. Would you say we have a plethora of things ripped off? Do you even know what a plethora is? That's a good question. Because I would say we have a plethora. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's just why, I mean, the machine shouldn't even work. Yeah, that was good eyes, guys. That was crazy. And yes, and just so you can see where it is, here I'm going to go overhead here. All right, so here's our overhead, just so we're on the same page where we were in quadrant land. This was the EC chip. And so we've been looking over here, or I was, it's right here in this area. That's all messed up. So it was down and to the left, not up and to the left, but again, up and down relative to the, you know, axis of evil or whatever, I don't know, whatever I'm saying. So why does the machine, I mean, those are capacitors, so I guess that's why the machine would work, but that's not our charging issue. That's what's funny. That's what's funny. Do you even know what a plethora is? Did anyone name that movie yet? Figured somebody would name it. Yes, yes, yes. The Three Amigos! So us replacing this may or may not fix it. I doubt it will. Let me just show you what our other board is. We have a donor, right? So here's our donor board. That is the same setup, same area. Is it the same setup? Well, we have something that could be carrying something. We have a resistor there. Okay, so there's our setup. Everyone stare at it. 3, 2, 1. And I flip move. So there is a resistor and a cap right here. Resistor and a cap right there. Those are all caps. So now that's going to cause an issue. And we got those two right there. Let's see what those do. So that's 2 caps. So the main issue would be that guy right there. Maybe if we have, I don't know if one of these are gone. No, that's there. So really, the only resistor that's missing is there, but that's not going to cause a charging issue because the machine turns on. It works. That's under the CPU. So Here, let's do it like this. So here's the board. This is the area we're dealing with. And if I flip it right over, I guess it's in the middle of here. I mean, it's not going to be in the charging area, but it's going to be like near the GPUs, something or another. So I bet the GPU doesn't work right. Should we start by just replacing all that stuff? For some reason, I feel like it's not going to change anything. But good call. I am so happy we found that. So we're going to have to replace all that stuff. Let's see. Let me get a cup of coffee here. Should we just replace all that stuff first, just to kind of get that out of the way, and then we'll go and figure out why it's not charging? Because I mean, I'm going to have to replace it anyway, but usually what I do is I'll just try to focus on the actual issue that's happening, and then we'll go back and fix the other thing. So, because I don't think that will cause the issue. Dave says we should wait. We got a yes and no. All right, here. What poll do we have up here? I don't even know. Is something really missing? We only had 60% of the people saying something was really missing. It was really missing. Okay, poll now for should we go ahead and replace all these now, or should we go and figure out why the thing's not charging? That would be a better thing to figure out. In the meantime, I want to plug in the charger, and I just want to measure our power management chip and see what voltages we have there. And then y'all vote. Y'all figure out if we just want to go through and replace that stuff now or later. To me, it doesn't make sense to change it out now, but that's just me. Some people want to see that done. Maybe because they have to leave soon. I don't know. Okay. Let's get this in focus. Got a gifted membership. Thank you. Very nice of you. Very generous. All right, so I have the charger plugged in. Do we have our 20 volts right here? Is that another gifted membership? Thank you. We have our 20 volts here, and then the pin right next to it is our VDD. That's what we need. If I can get in there. I wish my focus was working better. Something's going on. I think I have my microscope at an angle again. VDD's not there, guys. There's your problem. So this should be measuring 5 volts right here on this pin, but we're getting 1.2 volts. And then this one should be 3.6, 3.7 volts, and we have that. So this chip produces the 5 volts to put on here, so we're going to have to replace this chip. Done. Fixed it. Nailed it. We have to take out the motherboard to do that, though. Now, there could be a short on there. I guess we can measure to see. We already checked if there's a short, but let's see what resistance we have on that line, actually. Daryl, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. I can always count on you for a little doorbell, a little ching-a-jing. All right, so we're just going to measure the resistance on this line. What, 300 ohms? 300 ohms? Is that, what do you think? 300 ohms doesn't sound ridiculous, but let me measure the other board. Since we have another board, this is my board view right here. We're just going to measure it. Look how dirty that thing looks. Thing looks janky. Right, what are we getting hits at this one? 6K. Oh, well, I think we might have a short there then. What do you think? So we should have 6K on that VDD line, and we're getting 300 ohms. Or something like that. Look at it again. Yeah, 300 ohms. 0.3K, if you want me to just say it in K. All right, so why is it shorted? Probably the chip itself, I believe. But I'm going to see. Oh my gosh, it's 50-50. We need a tiebreaker up in this house. We need a tiebreaker. We got 53-47. It's too close to call. It's too close to call. So right now we're voting. Twitch, we only got 12 votes. So you got 68 people. So, you know, just push the button up there. Put those votes in there. We're just trying to figure out, should we replace all those capacitors? There's 11 components that need to be replaced. We're going to be replacing them anyway at some point. But we need to also address this issue that we have over here with the charging. Probably going to change out the power management chip. Regardless, I have to pull the motherboard out to do all this stuff, so I will go ahead and do that. Nah. Lol. Thanks, Mega Zombie. Oh my gosh. You're so silly, Mega. All right, I'm going to start pulling out this board because we got to take it out regardless. Either way we go. Rusty is the best. Well, yes, that they are. What am I looking for here? The screws. I'm going to start taking this out, and we'll keep going. Yeah, if you don't know where the poll, the chat is, or the poll is on Twitch, it's at the top. And it's kind of hidden. Like on my view right now, I can barely see it, and I have to kind of click. So we're up to 23 votes on Twitch, 74 viewers. So if you're just joining in, we have a poll running on Twitch that we need you to vote on, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to replace all these ripped components right now, or if we're going to fix the board to make sure it turns on and charges, and then replace all these ripped components. But we have 11 different chips that have been ripped off the board here. There's probably going to be more, but that's where we're going to have to start. But vote if you want to do that now, or vote no, and we'll fix the board first, and then we'll do that. So, if something is wrong, make it work first. That's what I believe. Yeah, I believe that we just need to fix it, because right now we're missing our VDD on our power management chip. Now, I could replace all this stuff with the board installed. I just hate doing it, especially if you have a really thin motherboard like this. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So, you voted. Okay. Did everyone vote? Okay, so the Twitch poll ended. 56% said do it now. YouTube says do it now. So it looks like we're doing it now. 59% says do it now on YouTube. So we're doing it now. It's happening. Just do it. Yeah, so we're going to do it. But I'm going to pull the board out. So that takes just a little bit more time. Just a little bit, just a tad. And so I'll try to reach out at the same time. Do it Sunday. Yeah, we'll go ahead and set this aside, and we'll do it Sunday instead. Now, we're going to fix this guy all the way tonight. And I have a stack of laptops right now. They're like stacked on the floor. I have a shelf next to me that we do 9 machines, and then I have them stacked on the floor right now. So they're just coming in left and right. I don't know if they're trying to get it in before Christmas or something. I don't understand. But I don't like it. Those caps are super tiny. They are 0102s, I mean 0201s, I believe, which are the smallest ones. Dell's working with Microsoft only. It's everywhere. They have Linux machines. I don't know if they're selling that many of them anymore. Do it live. Now, we're doing it now. I just got to take the board out because it's the responsible thing to do. When we have tiny boards like this, or thin boards, we don't want to heat up anything and damage anything. So we're going to do a 24-hour stream, and we're going to replace 24 caps and 24 components, 1 an hour. That's what we're going to do. I'll get rid of that off the screen. Is there a possibility that the damage is caused, wait, where'd your thing go? Damage is caused issues with the VDD? It could be. But what I'm measuring is, all those components are ripped off underneath the GPU, and that is most likely unrelated. So I don't know how they got ripped off here. Like, I don't know if they ripped it through this, but it seems like this was off maybe, and they ripped it. I don't know. I think it's unrelated. Just do it, man. Caddyshack style. Get all these screws out once and for all. This board's really weird. There's like this one cable that fishes through the motherboard. You have to kind of fish it through. All right, I think I got most of the screws out. Ah, secret screw. How the heck do you get all those caps knocked off? And I've seen this before with a screwdriver where it just goes scrape all the way across and just like it was like they were scraping a tile floor or something. It took all the caps with it. And that's kind of what this looks like a little bit. All right, 0201 are such a pain, and they are, and I'm probably going to use hot air because they're going to be the easiest. If I use hot tweezers, they end up sticking to the end of the hot tweezers. Okay, and the motherboard is out. It's a cute little guy. It's a cute little bro. All right, so we'll just take this sticker off all the way. And it doesn't feel like it's really been off. Maybe it's been peeled up a little bit. Maybe, let's check and see if we have any depressions here and see if there's, like, if it shows that there's been something here. Let's do our detective work here. We have to reestablish what the crime scene. So right here is where all the stuff got ripped off. Let me brighten this up. Let's go this way with it. All right, so you can see where all the capacitors have been making marks. Is that? I don't know. I can't really tell. Do we have a real detective in the audience that can like look at this and be like, oh yes, we can tell that it came from the bottom left and to the right, and it had you know, 20 joules of energy and you know, whatever. I can't tell. All right, so let's take a look at this thing here. So here's our issue, chew. So let's reattach this one that's just kind of dangling, the dingle dangle. Here, I'm going to get more on top of this. Where did it go? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where it went. Right here. Okay, so let's reattach this one first. Which direction do I want to hold this? Man, I mean, this is pressure. I wish the camera would show what I'm seeing, because this area right here, I don't know, you can't make it out, but there's pieces of the component still there. It's like ripped. And I'm trying to get the polarizer just right so you can see it, but it ends up blowing out. There we go. Now you can kind of see. There you go. Look at that. It's almost, it looks like that ceramic or, yeah, I guess ceramic, porcelain looking. So it really had some pressure. And if it left this side, does that mean they came from this way with it? I would think so, right? That's what it is. Okay, here we go. Here's my prognosis, or here's my detective work. All right, it's the magic screwdriver that happened. And where does this go? This goes like this. Okay, so the only way that they could have done it right here, I'm going to use a scribe as a stand-in. Perry Mason. Here we go. All right, so here's my mock crime weapon here. Crime scene. So we have our battery. We have this. Let's see, what were they undoing? What were they doing again? They were doing the Wi-Fi antennas. Well, so here's what the issue is. What I don't think happened was this, that it came through here on top. I don't think that happened. I think what happened was this. A screwdriver slipped this way and went underneath, like that. Does that make sense? I think it basically slid underneath, and you can tell that there was, the way that the components broke off, is they broke off on that one side. That still could be wrong. The fingerprints are the culprit. That's right. Should we book them, Dano? I think we have some fingerprints under here, some evidence. Anyway, I don't know. Something like that. I think that I've seen in the past where someone's trying to unplug the battery, or they use a tool to plug it in or whatever it is, and then it slips like that. So it could be something like that. But this is where the ripped area is, so it doesn't make sense to go that way with it. But oh, let's just get this replaced. Quit battling, get to work. Oh, where's our music? That's right, we're going to start doing some music in the background. Let me turn that on. All right. Madlock at work. We concur. Okay, I'm getting to work. I'm getting to work. All right, so I put some music on in the background. Last Sunday we did this and people enjoyed it. This is part of my brother's playlist, who does the intro music also. And so I put his SoundCloud in there before, which I can paste it in again if you want to see. And so all this stuff is going to be royalty free because he made it. So there you go. That's his SoundCloud. So I just have that going in the background. I don't have it playing through. I just have it so you can pick it up on the microphone. And hopefully that's not too loud, but at least it kind of gives us a little bit of something. All right, I'm going to reflow some of these spots. We're going to get this stuff prepped, and then we're going to install the new components, and then quit talking about it. Elementary, dear Watson, elementary. Play some classic. Wonder where the missing parts have gone. That's true too. Gosh, you guys are smart. Yeah, because it would be stuck. It would be stuck to the sticker, but it's not there. And so it's like maybe they're doing some capacitor harvesting. Let's go ahead and just rip all these off of here. Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you enjoy the music. So I got to kind of keep track of which ones are what, but I think we'll be able to do it. So I'm just going to put some flux on these. Let me turn on the air. All right. I need some solder. Solder. God, how do you say that? Just can't do it. I can't do it. That one had a broken piece still on there too. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some fresh solder on there. God, there's like a chunk in there. You see how it's like sticking together? It means I need to have more flux. There we go. There's like chunks, I can feel them, so I just need to get them off my tip. Crime scene cover-up, that's right. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. So this is a missing component too, right next to it. I'm trying to remember, what's the intro for SVU or whatever, Law and Order? Chung chung! We found some components that have been ripped off the board. I'm going to try to get that guy to go back on there, but I need to at least get some solder here first. I would love to have a heads-up display in my microscope. And then I can see what you're saying. Solder is perfectly acceptable. That's right. Yeah, with 2 Ds, of course. See, I hate doing these. That's why I'm just going to take this guy off of here and we'll put it back on with hot air. We'll save him for later. Gosh, it's so tiny. So tiny. You see how tiny it is? You ready for this? There's an old quarter there. Let's see. It's the size of the I in God We Trust on a quarter. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty small. All right, let me attach this guy and then we'll start doing the rest of them and then we'll move on. How small is it? We'll probably do 400 degrees C. I'm going to do lower air pressure and lower temperature because the board's a little thinner. And I don't want this little piece to blow away, but I need to get it off my tweezers. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Stay. I have to get the board hot enough. Just right. Just right. There we go. Stay. I wonder if replacing these components will fix the charge issue itself. Yeah, probably not. The location of where this is in a kind of a strange area. Thanks for the donation, by the way. And so it's under the CPU or under the GPU, somewhere around there. And most of the charge circuitry is going to be way over here, right there. So when you have missing components like that, when you don't have pull-ups, I mean, the machine turns on. So if the thing didn't turn on, then I would say, okay, yeah, maybe this will fix it from turning on. But, all right, I think this is a donor. Take the heatsink off so you can use less heat. Yeah, I can do that. I just don't want to. I don't want to. I could definitely do that. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, we'll do what Premise says. He's smart. He's a smart guy. So what he's saying is that we have a heatsink on the other side of this board that's sinking up most of the heat and is going out to the edges. And so when I'm trying to heat up the board, this really thin board, I have a heatsink that's keeping it cool. And I don't want to see liquid metal under here. How's that? I don't want to see it. I don't think there's liquid metal under here, but we might have an LLM situation for all I know. Wrong screwdriver. Hello, hello. Excuse me. We need to start using a penny. That's true. I don't ever have a penny in my pocket, and I just have this quarter sitting next to me. But yeah, I always use that quarter. The L is not silent. Yes, I know, but I just can't say it. Sold? Solder? Sold? Like I'm selling something, right? So it's been sold? That's what I have to say? Solder? It just feels weird, because I've always said solder. But I also don't pronounce the H in herb, because I don't say herb, I say herb, right? I know across the pond they say it a little bit differently in general, just most things. Potato, patata. We gotta remember to do these fan latches, or else we're gonna be in deep trouble. But we need to be very careful, because I don't like them and they break all the time. It's like colder. Ah, colder. Solder. I just have to, like, it's too much work. It's too much work to say it. I do not like these latches. No, I don't. Sam, I do. Sam, I am. According to the dictionary, you pronounce solder. Oh, really? Which dictionary, though? What country? I can't open this latch. Europeans have refused a small size quarter. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do it this way. I couldn't see what I was doing. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing either. So I'm trying to open this without breaking the latch. So I'm trying to just be very gentle. There we go. Like that. And I'm going to put a piece of tape on this latch because it always wants to fall out. So that's experience. It's like salmon. We say salmon, we don't say salmon. Solder, yeah, solder. Or you could say saw, like S-O or S-A-W, like you're sawing something. That works. It's all the controversy, I know, there's tons of it. I'm also from Texas, so I think that has something to do with having bad grammar, right? If you hear the way I speak in general, I sound very uneducated. Okay. Got that. Good. So Francais, you say Sadieu. But French, you don't pronounce all those letters. So S-A-U-D-U-R-E. So you're not pronouncing the U-R-E. You're just going like or something like that. My kids speak French, so I'm just like, I have to try to read French, and I usually just read the first letters, and then the rest of them I do silent. And that I get closer that way. Put the L, I'm going to put the L in the trash can and not use it, is what I'm going to do. I don't use the L. Where we're going, we don't need an L. Oh, liquid metal, no! Oh, that's what I told you. And we have an LLM actually. The LLM is strong with this one. So if you don't know what LLM is, it's not large language model. It's a leaking liquid metal. And this one is definitely leaking. Pretty bad actually. So I guess it's good we opened it up, right? We did good with this one. So I'll zoom in with the microscope in a second. But this right here, this whole liquid metal blob that's leaking out is not within the realm of where it's supposed to be. And this is a dam that's around here. So, and they don't put it on the CPU. So in American English, the solder is pronounced with a silent L. That's right. Bam. Thank you so much. You know how to make my day. That's right. So I am pronouncing it 100% correct. So here's our LLM situation, and this is why it happens, is because we have this stupid dam here, and this stupid dam gets pressed down in certain areas, and then it leaks out in other areas, right? So there's our liquid metal. Liquid metal is a gallium-based metal that's supposed to help transfer heat from the heatsink. And if we look at the heatsink, we have it leaking all the way out, and at least it's in the confines of other solder, other thermal paste, so it kind of holds it in place, but that's a lot right there. So thanks for the bits, Wonder. Thanks for the bits. Okay, well, we'll clean that up in a second. But guess what? We can't flip this thing over without cleaning this up, so hooray! Thanks, Premise. Now we get to clean up a bunch of liquid metal. Way to make a repair that's 5 minutes or an hour-long repair or 2-hour repair. When you see the maintenance of when will we see the maintenance of laptops to avoid these problems? Please, thank you. Love the show. It would be great. So maintenance to avoid the problems. That's a good question. That's a good idea. I got to think about that. So I need to have like a whole series of like what to avoid, or the first thing to do whenever you buy this model laptop, or Grady, thanks for the bits. Something like that, right? Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I need to put that in the back of my head. I'm just so busy with other stuff. It's just hard, you know? It's like I got these 2 streams a week, and then I'm also filming probably at least 5 videos a week, and then I have to get those edited, and I'm fixing, I don't know, 30 computers a week or something, and then, I don't know. It's just, I'm working 60 hours a week. What I need is somebody else to help me do all that stuff, but I haven't gotten there yet. I'm gonna start having my wife do some stuff too. Help me out with some of this. I can offload stuff over to her. Oh man. You guys all seen me clean this, but some people haven't. And the biggest trick is I'm just using these Darrow Floors Q-tips, and they have metal stocks, and one side's rounded like this, and one side's hard or pointy. And then this Darrow Flores in the chat sent these to me, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How do you cleaning machines up and running? Sorry, another video. How do you clean up machines and keep them running? So what I always say, or what I do, is you just have a can of air on hand, and you blow your air in once every month or so, and that will help it from building up. So if you think about like a dryer, whenever you're washing your clothes and you do 2 loads and you don't empty the dryer lint after the first load, and then you have way too much inside the dryer lint collector, that's what's happening with your heatsink. So what I say is just blowing it out is the main thing you need to do. Changing thermal paste every 2 to 3 years. If you have liquid metal, get somebody to change it out. And that's kind of the main stuff. I mean, you just want to keep it cool, so it just needs to stay clean. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just using a clean Q-tip over and over again, and then throwing it away and not using the other side because it will end up dripping somewhere. And we're going to get as much as we can off of here. Is the music okay? Is it too loud? I just have it on in the background, so hopefully it's kind of adds something to the stream a little bit. We need an LLM removal specialist. That's right. You know, that's what I should do. I have one of my techs that's pretty good at doing it now and has a routine, and so I should have him be the full-time LLM. Maybe I should have an LLM, DLLM service. All right, so here's the last trick on this. I don't know if you noticed, but you have liquid metal leaking underneath now. So all that shiny stuff there, you can't really see it. Let's see. I can adjust the polarizer. You can kind of see it. Well, anyway, this stuff under here, this liquid metal is leaking underneath this now. And so the only way to fix that is we're going to need to take this whole cover off of here. So everything's taking longer because we're trying to do things. But I'm glad that we took this off. Premise was right. I know. Premise was right. Okay, I'm going to get this off slowly, but we don't want it to flick everywhere. And we're not putting it back on, is the trick. Oh my God, look how much it's been leaking. Oh, I hate this stuff. I hate this stuff. Why does it even exist? Did y'all see that short that I did? Pretty funny. Okay, there we go. Got this cover off. I'm not going to put it back on because we're not putting this crap back on here. Don't even sneeze, that's right. So this junk is going in the trash. And so now we get to clean some more. So again, we're just using these Q-tips and we're just going to try to pick it up as much as we can. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, James. All right, and just pick it up. Maintenance of laptops that a person should do a video, sorry. I'm all over not explaining, really appreciate it. But you're talking about maintenance of laptops that a person should do. And so kind of the main thing is what I'm saying is like there's not too much maintenance a laptop should be done except for keeping it cool, right? So you need to make sure that it stays cool. That's really the killer, you know? And anytime I've opened up a laptop that's failed, it's going to be one that had a overheating issue of some sort. So I have like a M18 or it was an M16 here right now that the power rail on the VRAM, the power rail on the DDR5 overheated and shorted out, and I could tell that that whole area is getting super hot and the fans were clogged. It's like, dude, we have to keep it clean. So that's what I'm saying is like, that's what the maintenance should be. The maintenance plan should be to clean it. So if it's not clean right now and then you're like, oh, I just got a can of air, he said to clean it. No, you have to start from a clean slate and then you just keep it clean after that. All right, so now that we got most of that off of there, we're gonna be very careful and I'm gonna stay within the confines of the CPU and I'm just gonna try to pick up whatever I can, but you don't wanna go outside of this because you don't want it to come outside of that. So I'm just gonna pick it up and then stay inside of that. There we go. And then I usually use my finger to finish it off because it will kind of soak into my skin and get me a little high at the end, which is always a good thing. No, that's a joke, by the way. All right, that guy's done. This guy doesn't have anything on him, so this will be super easy to clean. Let's see, I thought you were putting some conductive, yeah, if you thought about it, putting conductive things that will leak all over the motherboard was not a good idea. Because if you didn't know, that stuff is super conductive. And so who would have thought it would have been a good idea? Who would have thought it? So this stuff right here, I think Linus Tech Tips did a video where he took a CPU out, put a bunch of thermal paste in it, and then put the CPU back in, and the machine still turned on. All right, so now we have that wiped off, and then I could just wipe it with alcohol, and it's done. If I can get some alcohol out of my dispenser here. Okay, there we go. Always use an OEM charger. That's a good statement. So any type of maintenance, if something goes out, you always replace it with OEM stuff is always a good thing too. All right, so there we go. So that's clean. That one's clean. How long did it take for me to do that one versus how long did it take for me to do that one? All right, and this is only so I can flip this over. Like all I needed to do was flip this over and change these components out, but the liquid metal will get everywhere, so I had to do it this way. I'm gonna take a break for a second though, because I want some coffee. Got my cold brew from Summer Moon with my Nate's honey in there. What are you drinking? It's nice to see a nice clean CPU. In order to defeat the liquid metal, you must become liquid metal yourself. Yes, I must become the Terminator. I am the Terminator. Why is there little Kapton washers? Yeah, I saw that too. They're for decoration, I guess. Now, I don't know where that came from, this little Kapton washer. Maybe it's like a Kapton punch out. Maybe they put Kapton over something and then it like punches out. I don't know. You just bought an Alienware Area 51M 17.3 from eBay, and it was manufactured computer $675. Seems like a good price. That's a 9th gen, I believe. Yeah, so if you have any issues with that, you need to definitely clean that thing out. It has really big heat sinks. I think it has 2 or 3 fans. It's a pretty good machine. The only issues with those is I have EC chip issues, so you have to reprogram the EC chip, but no big deal. All right, let's get going on this finally. We're gonna do one at a time because it's hard. Let me see if I can get this oriented so I can just grab one. Can we do this? So if we come over here, grab it off of here, and then pull over here. Is that going to be too much motion sickness for you guys if I just kind of go back and forth? Otherwise, because the thing is there's so many components, I don't want to mix them up, and I don't want them to blow away, and I don't want the 9th dimension to gobble them up, and I don't want to put them in the wrong spot. So if I just do one at a time, I just transfer one. So is everything okay? I have 3 espresso shots. This is just a cold brew, so it's still pretty strong, but it's fine, right? Okay, where's my tweezers? All right, so I'm gonna go, actually I'm gonna up the heat just a little bit. I'm gonna keep the air pressure still low at like 40% because I don't want it to blow away. All right, so we're gonna try doing it. Let's see, it'd be better if I can do that. Let me line this up to go this way. Right there. If I go back this way, nope, that's in the way. So I need to, let me move this down over here. Line it up there, and then we're gonna line this one up over here. It's all about trying to get it lined up just so it's easier for me. If you can get comfortable, then it makes it a lot quicker. I can't even find the area. Okay. Again, every time I put it in the right spot, it's not far enough, and so it ends up blocking the area. Let's do that. Okay, I think we're good. Boom. Okay, good. So I'll zoom out just a little bit because I know that y'all can't see as. I have like a wider view, and then you have like a really narrow view. I don't know why that is. Okay. No buffering, and go. So I'm going to start with this little area right here. So we'll just grab the first one. I can't remember if we're supposed to do those over there too, but we'll figure that out in a moment. So I'll grab this first guy. It's like, this doesn't even have a heatsink on it, and it's still taking forever. Howdy, howdy. Do 2 cameras. I can put the other camera on there. I just don't have 2 microscopes, 2 views. I can put my side camera on there if you want. Yeah, let's do that actually. I think that gives it an extra kind of view. We'll do that. And then that. Yeah, I'm going hotter. This is taking too long for me. Okay, got that. Man, I can barely even tell which one's what. Can't even tell. Oh, it's over here, that's why. Okay, that's good. So we have some missing stuff over here I got to think about. Wait a minute. Is it those two? That and that? Yes. Okay. Y'all are hearing me think out loud. Sure you enjoy that. That's what a whole live stream is all about anyway, just talking to yourself. Okay, got that. No, I just bumped my view. Okay. Yeah, so I can't see the chat right now, guys. Sorry. Okay. And we'll have to adjust these after. Ah! Bump the board. Don't bump the board. We'll adjust these after I get them installed. So I'm just tacking them in place. It sucks. I have to, every time I'm moving the camera, I have to put the hot air station back. I didn't turn the hot air back on, so it wasn't hot enough. Okay, stay. Good. All right, let me make sure these are good, and then we'll move on. Okay, nice. All right, so we're gonna do these two guys next, since they're in the shot. Everyone doing good out there? I can't see what you're saying. I'm just gonna keep on trucking along. Oh, it's this. Now it's spicy. I even turned down the air conditioner and I'm getting hot. It's just this 400 degrees blowing at me. Gets hot. You know, I realized my air is not even, it's on, but it's not over here. It's not even sucking up the stuff. I was wondering why I was breathing toxic fumes. Ah, much better. And that also sucks up the hot air too, so it doesn't make me as hot. Okay. There's a hair in there. Smells good. We concur. I can see some concurrence in the chat over there that I'm doing good, so that's good. Out of the corner of my eye. I love to see some concurrence. I made another concur shirt, so now I have two in my spread shop or whatever. If y'all look at the video link, link in the video description for merch. I actually added 4 or 5 more shirts. If y'all want to take a look at them and see if they're any good. I ordered 6 for myself. 6 different ones that y'all haven't seen before, or maybe 5 that y'all haven't seen. But I have a new Concur shirt, and I made a university shirt. There we go. That hair is bothering me. Is it bothering you? There we go. What's this? What is that little flake? Okay. So those are good. So what are we doing next? Here, I'll stop and take a look and see. Is everyone good? The hair's causing a short cat hair. Go Gadget Nate. Yes, I actually use that line all the time. Go Gadget arm or whatever we need to go Gadget with. And if you're younger than 40 years old, you have no idea what Gadget is. I concur. All right. What's good, Diddy Nate? What's good with you? We're replacing 12 chips or 11 chips right now. All right, we're gonna get going on this next row. We'll do this row right here. Okay. Okay, that one's good. Good. So these are all going to be the same, so I could probably pull them all off and then do them, but I don't know if it's going to be easier or not. These are the ones that are the size of the eye in God We Trust. So. No ninth dimension for you. Good. Grab another one. Okay. Y'all are doing good. Y'all are hanging in there, because this is taking a long time. I feel like I'm in a sweatshop. I just knocked the other one off, I can see, but it's kind of hard to get in here. Oh, okay. Look at the last one. Come on, dude. Okay. Almost there. And we only have another row to go, right? And the thing is we haven't even fixed this laptop yet. This is just a side note of damage. Alright, so we're going to reflow this. Let those guys sit in the right spot. There we go. Alright, so I think this is the last row, right? So maybe we should fix that one that's right there first. Can't tell if it's moving or not. Are you moving? There we go. Oh no. Did I put fresh solder on that or not? Applaud the efforts with the microscope nuance. Yes. Thank you so much, Mega. Yes, this is one of those things that's like, you learn whether you want to just take them all off, put them in a pile, and try to put them on there, or just do this thing back and forth. And but I had a situation where I had to order a bunch of chips because I didn't have the donor board, and so that was even more fun. So doing this is a little bit easier because I can just go back and forth. But so we're doing this row. These are probably the same capacitors, but who knows? It's weird how these boards are totally different colors. Oh, what'd you miss? Neo, we're replacing 11 different chips that were ripped off this board, and it's probably not the reason why this board doesn't charge. But we have to fix this because the internet voted for this, and then we're going to try to figure out why it doesn't charge. The customer dropped a screwdriver on here, and I apparently put a screwdriver through the bottom of the laptop too. Okay. Oh, that one did not stick. Oh no, and it blew away. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I haven't lost one of you yet. I'm not going home without everyone, my whole platoon. Not on my watch. I don't know if that's the right solder. I think that's the factory unleaded solder, but we'll see. Okay. All right, let's get this last one. Almost there. I can feel my coffee shakes kicking in here. All the caffeine, late day caffeine. I know I probably told you this, but this coffee that I have whenever I hang out with you guys on Wednesday night, when I get home at 10 p.m. my time, the coffee keeps me up till 1 in the morning. I definitely cannot go to sleep after that, drinking coffee till 10 p.m. All right, so we have all that lined up, tacked in place. Now we're just going to hit it with some fresh stuff here. Can you tell me how you ripped all these components off? And they didn't scratch the board or the mask. That's true. So maybe they did it on top of the cover. What do you think? So maybe they did it with the cover still on, but where'd all the components go? You're 100% correct, Premise. So that is part of the detective work, is to identify why there was no skid marks, right? They should have had some sort of skid mark here, considering we had that ripped, all these ripped, that ripped, that ripped, that ripped, and that ripped. So the tool came across here, or it came across this way, but yet it did not touch the board. And so it had that cover on top of it, so maybe it could have done it through the cover. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys look at that and tell me if we got it all. I'm gonna clean it too, but I think we got them all. We got it. We got it. So what I like to say whenever I fix something like this, instead of saying like better than factory or whatever, because that's not my saying, I always say like nothing ever happened. Like nothing happened. Can't even tell. So a little furrier than it was before, but that looks pretty good. Pretty good. All right, did we see everything? Blame Dave. I blame Dave. Is Dave here? Dave's not here, man. Oh, Dave's not here. That's a quote from Cheech and Chong, I think. Complaint cause confirmed. Very true. Oh, man. My neck's been hurting today, and my back's been hurting a little bit, so I'm being hunched over the microscope. I think we're good, right? Concur? The concurrence is strong with this crowd. Yeah, I see all the components are back on there. Everything's good. You know what would be cray-cray is if that thing turned on and starts working. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. So what we need on this, for this thing to work, is we will need 5 volts right here on this line. And let me measure. So we still have 300 ohms on here, or 0.3 kilo ohms. Can you see that? So it doesn't seem like it's going to work right now, from what I can tell. Considering they said that they dropped something on the over here, which you can see there's some data lines coming this way, coming over here. So they probably shorted this MOSFET over and kind of blew that out. So this MOSFET could be bad, and that can be bad. But let's plug it in. We'll just check to see if we have the 5 volts there, which I doubt we do. But that's what we're looking for, is the 5 volts. All right, here we go. So this is our 20 volt line. Here, I can get a little closer for you. That's good. Just so everyone's on board here, pin 1. And then this pin right here in the corner is going to be our 20 volt line. This is going to be our 5 volt VDD, which is what powers all the chips and stuff like that around the board. And then this is the 3.7 that is AC OK, or AC detect. So when we plug this in, I want to make sure we have 20 volts here, which we do, and I want to see if we have our 5 volts here. We have 1.1 volts, so it's bad. And then we have our AC detect is fine, so AC OK is fine. So I think this is bad. So that's what we're going to do next. You want to do thermal camera? This thing is freaking hot. This thing is on fire. It's on fire. We can cool off the board and do thermal camera, but I think that we're just gonna, I say that, yeah, we have a 70% chance of the power management chip being bad. And I have some brand new ones somewhere around here. Let's see, BMS. Brand new. Suggestion for micro soldering probes for the meter. So these probes, these needle points, which I actually really like, I think I originally bought these from Northridge Fix, and then I bought more needles from AliExpress. But I know that other people are more picky. I'm not very picky because, like, if you look at my meter right now, like, I'm not even using the best meter. I'm not using a Fluke or anything like that. So if I touch these two probes together and make a lot of pressure, I'm pressing down as hard as I can, and it's around 0.1. And that's good enough for me. You see, it's even moving around a little bit. And so I don't care. If it's 0.3, then yes, I care. But if it's 0.1, I think we're good. So what I want is ones that have really good, flimsy, you know, silicon wraps, and then the points need to be really pointy. And then I just replace the points, they just screw on. But other people have suggestions, I'm sure, because I'm just not picky. I don't care. I don't need that. Where I'm going, I don't need fancy probes. All right, so I have some 9538CHs, some brand new ones, literally brand new. I'm not going to my Soren box. Soren loves his Soren box. I need to make him a Soren box shirt for a present for Christmas. Use sample batteries and check first. What does that mean? What do you mean, man? What are you talking about? Still having a charging problem, eh? Yeah, we're having the VDD is not detected on the power management chip, which means that it won't work. So all we have to do is just replace the power management chip. Hopefully that VDD will come back, and then Bob is your uncle. So we have our brand new chip right there. I'm just gonna dump it and run. Soren's box works, except when it doesn't work. So here's our brand new 9538CH. You can order these from Mouser. They're about $8.50 each. So for every time I install one of these, I lose $8.50, or I gain $8.50. Who knows? So let's get this guy removed. So we're going to use 450 degrees C at 60% air. There's a high probability of concurrence with this one. You can see my little marks where I've been probing, so don't worry about that. And I don't see anything else. I see that this has a big X on it. Where did that come from? Can you use thermal before the change? Can I? I mean, do you think I should? I just heated the damn board back up. I don't think we need to, because I don't think it's working. But it would be nice to maybe see that. We're not pulling any current though. Okay, it's not, yeah, so it doesn't matter. So again, when we plugged in the charger, it's pulling 0, 0, and the only way that you would have thermal do anything is if it was pulling something. So we don't have any current, so we're not gonna have any heat. All right, so preheat it, add some flux, heat it some more. You can see it starts getting a little shiny, and then we're just gonna grab them right off of there. Goodbye, so long, farewell. And then this new one, this brand new chip, we're gonna dip it into our rosin. No, I don't have rosin to dip it into, but if it was Soren, he would dip it into a thing of rosin, a vat of rosin, and then solder it on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some stuff on it like that. Ugh, get off of there. Get away from there. Stop it. Oh, now I got some scratches on there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of solder around the edges. I sound like Jim Carrey. Or Fire Marshal Bill. I used to love Jim Carrey. Used to. No, I still. He's a very talented guy. Let me tell you something. Fire Marshal Bill. We were talking about it in Living Color the other night. With all the Jim Carrey stuff. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. That's a Pet Detective, I guess. But. So all I'm doing is I'm just tinning these pads just a little bit, just so we have some solder on them. I don't usually pile up tons, but I'm just putting them on the edges there. Try it again. Okay. There we go. And I don't want tons in the center either. That's the trick. If you put tons in the center, then the chip kind of like floats, and then you have a hard time. You have to squeeze it out. It's kind of a balancing act. So if you do enough of them, then you'll know like that's way too much, right? So, where's your home? So your home's right here. So we have pin 1's located right there on the board. Yet I cannot see pin 1 on the chip because it's all shiny. So we're just going to get it with just a little bit of heat, not too much. We don't want the chip to blow up or break. Just heat it up just a little bit until I can see the writing. And I think we have the right orientation already. Yep, we do. So it's going to go this way. So I'm going to preheat the board, then drop her down. Check the resistance without the chip. Yeah, I'll do that real quick, actually. That's a good idea. I do like that. I do like that plan. Mega ohms. So mega ohms is good. I'm glad I caught that before I installed it. Again, I don't have a heads-up display inside the microscope, so I kind of get stuck tunnel vision. And you guys are talking about Jim Carrey anyway. Let me tell you something. I used to be able to do some pretty good Jim Carrey impressions, but I don't know what happened to my impressions. My impression abilities are very weak. Why do I have so much hair? There's another piece of hair right here. It's all melting. Not my hair. Did you say solder? Yes, I did. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, I tell you. I think Sundays is kind of more the day that I have to say the L, because that's going to be most of the people that are across the pond are joining in on Sunday stream. And then Wednesday I should just be myself. Sunday I have to be a little bit more proper because I have the European market in play. Is that guy crooked? Is he crooked or is he straight? Is that crooked or straight? I mean, it's fine. It's soldered, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, let's check the resistance now, though. We should have a DNA analysis to see whose hair this is, though. We're at 4K. That's what the other one was. It's 4K, bro. It's like 4 kills. We don't understand you anyway, with or without the L. Oh, Eric, you're so funny. You're so funny. Yes, that's kind of the gist. Is you're not here because you understand me. You're here to just go along for the ride with me. Let's clean this stuff up. Oh, it's proper nice. It's proper nice. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it looks proper nice. Slightly crooked, but I don't care. All the pins I think are attached. The reason why I even address it, because what I would do is say, okay, it's fine, but if I don't mention it, then somebody will mention it, and therefore I might as well mention it. All right? It's all about trying to cater to everyone. Okay. Easy burrito, easy lobster burrito. That's a good mix. So Soren does easy pizza whenever it's an easy one. But do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Oh my gosh. Nice one. So I think it's fixed. So I think it's fixed. What about you? Do you think it's fixed? I don't know. I can't hear anybody. Does anyone say it's fixed? I think it's fixed. Poll, please. So I'll start reassembling this, or I kind of want to test it without putting the heatsink back on because I don't want to have to redo all that stuff. But we're gonna put PTM. We're gonna PTM this thing out, pimp it out, right? Instead of phase change, we're doing pimp it. We're gonna pimp it out with PTM. We have picture. I can't believe. When do we get the fix the sparks? Well, I don't see a sparks. And actually, that's the other thing I wanted to check. So if there was sparks over here, I want to check the other side of the board too. That might be smart, right? A little smartness. Just a tiny bit smart. Pimp my alien. One more thing. X to the Z exhibit says, you've been pimped. I pimped your alien. Same as your board. Okay, let's lift this up so we can see the other side, because this is all secret. This is the secret side that we did not look at. Yeah, the tool was dropped over here, and there's nothing going on. I mean, the power management chip's nearby, but we don't see any sparks there. And we fixed the resistance issue that we're seeing. I'm assuming whenever we plug it in, it will work, because we have our VDDs probably fixed. But okay, right here. I just want to look on the other side of this board. I don't want to mess up this too much. How are we doing? 78%, 83%. We only got 6 votes on Twitch with 85 viewers. So Twitch, just so you know, there's a little vote thing right above you. You can lurk all you want, but you must vote. Must vote. So this is the opposite. There's the battery connector. So this is where we would see something burnt if it burned up on the other side. And that all looks beautimous. Unless I'm missing a bunch of ripped chips that I didn't notice. But I don't see how it would have been ripped, because I didn't take this out. So it would have been blown up chips. Okay, we'll put that back nice and pretty. Like nothing happened. 80% says it's a win. 70% says it's a win. All right, so we got some sourpusses over there on the Twitch. Because if it's 68%, 32% of the people think it's no bueno. It's just so everyone's on the same page. This motherboard turns on just fine on battery, but now we've replaced 11 different components on the back of the CPU, and we replaced the power management chip. And I just saw a comment that says vote or die. That's just making me chuckle. So the power management chip was measuring a lower resistance on this one pin that we should have 5 volts on. We were only getting 1.2 volts. Now we're getting the correct voltage or resistance on there, so I'm assuming we'll get the correct voltage. And we're up to 25 voters on Twitch with 90 people watching, so you're almost there. You're getting close. I forgot to put the vote up on the screen for you. For yes. Yeah, YouTube has a lot more faith in me. That's all I can say. YouTube has the faith in me. Coil is melting. Rock the vote. Now find the crater, the dock side. Vote is at the top of the chat. It is. It's a secret, but it's all like the same color as the chat though, so it kind of blends in. 11% is better. Yeah, we're getting close. So if I usually like to get the 50%, 86 viewers. Okay, I think we're good. 70%. Okay, so most people think that I'm correct. Most people concur that we've fixed it. So all we need to do is right as we plug this guy in, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds and I'm going to plug this thing in. Wasn't the bridge damaged? Wasn't the bridge? You're talking about the MOSFET? We didn't even measure that, actually. We should measure that, if that's what you're asking about. Because this is where it was dropped. I should check that MOSFET, though, in case it's not shorted. I think you're right. I think we should check that. Crikey. No short there. No short there. No short there. Okay, nothing. There's no issues. No issues there either. It did look like a short for a second and it's gone. So, beer in the freezer, 1 hour. It's ready. Is that how you do it? I swear an AI statement because I never heard it before. Vote is on the left. Okay. All right, 68% of the people said that on Twitch and 80% on the tube. So I'm going to stop the polls here. And we're going to just do it. We're going for it right now. Actually, I'm going to flip this over. Let's see. Now I'll go this way with it. We're going to go into the thermal camera so we can see it thermal up. I'll put this nice and high so we can see the whole thing. There we go. So I'm going to plug this in. Just keep an eye on that power meter right there. And so when you see that power meter start to pull some current, then we know we fixed it. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Womp womp. That's pretty crazy. And I'm going to use this other port because this is the real port anyway. I was giving myself 100% that we fixed it. Womp womp. Well, that was stupid. That was crazy. Okay, let's measure the power management chip. Yeah. Do you have faith in me? I don't know what's going on now. So the pin that we need 5 volts on is right here. Oh, now we're getting 0. 20 there. 3.7, but we have 0 here. How is that even possible? What? What? Okay, I'm going to reflow this chip. That's what we need to do whenever that happens. But we're going to look down the barrel here. Where's the chip at? Right here. Maybe we should straighten it out. Ah, look at that. I don't know if you can be able to see it. It's a pretty shoddy job there, isn't it? My VDD doesn't even look all the way attached, which is that second pin. It's a reflow the chip time. It's inadequate chip flowing abilities, and that's why you always straighten the chip out. Look how crooked that thing is. You guys should have told me that the chip was crooked. What are you doing? This is your job. Look how crooked that chip is. Oh, just kidding. I know. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous, I tell you. So I'm going to straighten it out. There's enough solder. I mean, it should be soldered, but soldered. Maybe it's because I said solder. That's what caused it not to be soldered right. It's crooked as a dog's leg. It done messed up. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit off to the side here, and then it's a little up to that corner there. Would you say it has feng shui? Would you say it's set up in a very relaxed position? All right, just waiting for this to get a little bit shiny. I still don't see any shine yet. There we go. Shine, shine, shine. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. This pen still isn't shiny yet. There it goes. Okay. Now we're going to try to bump this thing. It doesn't want to move. Why aren't you moving? Usually it just wants to float. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Chip? I'm taking you off. Huh. Here, I'm going to fix the solder underneath. Solder underneath. Let's do this. Yeah. Much better. I like that much better. So just want to let you guys know, whoever voted no, that it won't work was 100% correct. And it's because you guys knew that the chip was on crooked. And you guys are smarter than me, I know. Twitch is a little bit smarter than YouTube, I can tell. It's okay. Alright, 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 alright. This is the battery PWM controller, yes. Sure is. Sure enough. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to seat correctly this time. Because what we want is to be able to tap it and just have it go where it's supposed to go. But doesn't even want to... Why don't you want to do that, buddy? Okay, that looks better, but I'm going to go right over the top of it. Just the way you guys like it. Just the way you like it. Look, it's crooked again. How is this even possible? I mean, I guess it's straight, but still, it's still a little high in this corner right here. Right? I don't know. It looks better, but it still looks bad. For some reason, it doesn't want to go down there. Maybe I need a... I'm going to use some black horse flux. That's what I need. I need some piney woods. I need some piney woods in here. Oh, yeah. Some piney woods. Oh, and it bubbles. Bubble, bubble, you're in trouble. Oh, it smells so good. It's crazy. It smells just like an incense or something. There we go. Yeah, that's muy bien. I think. Is it? No, it's still high on this side. This chip's not going to work with how much I've cooked it now, right? I just bumped it. Like an idiot. Oh my gosh, this is you guys can start making fun of me whenever you want. Whenever, cue the people making fun of me, please. There we go. That's so funny. Okay. That's hot though. That's hot. Oh my flux. What the flux? Yeah, it looks perfect now. There we go. What do y'all think of that? Third time's a charm. No, I'm just gonna, it's done. It's fixed. I'm just gonna run my iron around here. Around the edges here. Okay. Okay, why is that? This pad doesn't look like there's anything on this pad, which is cray-cray. Oh. That's some hot air blowing at me. All right, was that fun? How to turn a 5-minute chip replacement into a 2-hour board repair. Go. You can use those bubbles as a screensaver, I hear. Tiptoe sideways. Okay, so I was trying to like move it over just a little bit. Here, I'm going to measure the pen again before we turn it on. Before we try to see if it's fixed for the second time. My meter's almost out of batteries. So 4.8K. All right, should I just go straight and raw dog plug it in? We just want to see if it works. That's what I'm going to do, I think, because I'm done with it not working. Okay, so we're waiting to get 5 volts there. What the what? We got 5 volts. Okay, so we have our 5 volts, we have our AC detect, or AC OK, and we have our 20 volts. So we have everything we need, the board's not turning on. That's okay, I think, hopefully. Hopefully we're okay. I don't know if you saw that up there in the meter. So everything's correct, but now I gotta get a battery, because I believe this machine needs a battery. It needs to have assistance or else it won't work, I believe. I believe. So battery's plugged in. And then the power meter, 0.01, 0.02, 0.01, 0.02, 0.01, it needs to start charging the battery. Come on. 1.4 amps. Boom, 3 amps. And it's on. And scene. Okay. All right. So in case everyone did not catch what we just did, the power management chip, the first time we flowed it, or first time we installed it, we weren't getting our VDD line, and that's what we were trying to resolve. It's supposed to be a 5-volt measurement on that one pin, and thank you very much. Thank you. And we weren't getting that measurement. I reflowed the chip because it was a little feng shuied off to the side, and it took me a few tries, but I fixed that. And then we were getting our 5-volt, but then the board wasn't coming on automatically. We plugged in the battery. Once we had the battery there, then we could tell that the charge current negotiated and it jumped up. So you want me to try another USB port? Now I can tell you right now that this is the main USB port on this. This is actually what's made for charging. Now these should charge too, and we're gonna go ahead and try those. But the main one is that one. So battery's plugged in. We're gonna go into these ports. And 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm pretty sure this is the only port that you're supposed to use for charging, ironically enough. So I'm not 100% that these should work, but we can grab, which is strange because normally when you have multiple ports you would use it, but this, I believe because this machine is set up a certain way that you needed to, well, now it's not working. You gonna work? Did it blow itself out again? We're looking at this. Okay, 0.00, so it's at 0, 0. How did we just break it? Wow, great job, Nathan. That was so cool. You fixed it for 5 seconds. 5 whole seconds it's been fixed. Okay. Well, let's go back under the microscope. Hooray! All right. So battery's still plugged in. And the charger I use is all OEM stuff, everything I'm using. So so now we have 3.6 volts on here, but the battery's plugged in, the charger's not plugged in, and it's dissipating, or it's discharging the capacitors. We're gonna plug in the charger. And we got 5 volts on the VDD line, which is correct. And I'm just waiting for it to, it does go to 0.01 for a second, but I'm just waiting for it to negotiate up. I don't understand why it's not going. And the charger's detected here. Yes, the charger's detected there. PMIC is a victim. Yeah, it could be. Well, you fixed it. Nice job. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make sense what's going on. Except if, let me clear this. Where's the power button at? Where's that power button? Where's that power button at? It's right here. I don't know which one's the power button. I think it's those first two, maybe? I was gonna try to clear the CMOS, but I think we'll be okay. Just discharging it. I'm gonna plug it back in one more time. Because we were pulling 3 amps. Wait, we pulled 3 amps. What was the 3 amps? Would it turn on the CPU, do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna try turning it on. Let's just try turning it on. I'm gonna have to go under the thermal so y'all can see that. And then, so you can tell me if it's turning on, and then I'm gonna be under the microscope and I'm gonna try to find the power button, which is gonna be one of these. 3.2 should be that one. So if I touch those together, I just want to see if it's turning on. You'll see the back of this get hot if it's actually turning on. I'm not seeing it turn on. Oh, it's turning on. It's pulling current. Okay. CPU, see it getting hot? Okay. All right, so now, so it is working. I just figured it would be charging the battery. I wonder how charged the battery is. That's pretty funny. The battery should be pretty charged. I mean, not charged if it's been running off the battery for a while. Let me measure this. The battery has no voltage. What do you think about that? The battery has no voltage. Okay, so does that mean that the battery's turned off? Why did the battery turn off? So that's why, I mean, so the charger's working. So we have the charger plugged in, 0.05. We measure here. We're getting 10.6 on the battery now. And it should trigger to start charging. Yes, I'm doing them backwards, so that's why it's negative voltage, but I don't care. Partially dead. 10.6 is not super low. Did it lock itself? Let me grab a test battery. Let's just grab a test battery. Then we can eliminate all this stuff. Blown fuse inside the battery. I've never seen a blown fuse inside of a battery. I know Soren does those type of fixes all the time, or he's done them, but I haven't seen that. Let me see if I can find a test battery somewhere. I know I have a test machine right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Brand new battery. Let me make sure to mark it. That says it's mine. All right. So here we go. I have a battery, and we'll plug it in. See what voltage we have on it. I have no idea if it has a charge or not. Okay. But considering they dropped something over here in the charging area, or the battery area, because this one has 11.4, so that's much better. And so now we have the charger plugged in, 11.5. It's not triggering charging. Why is it not triggering charging? So it's not a fuse inside the battery. But the machine powers off the AC adapter. Let me measure this MOSFET right here. This is strange because it worked for a second. We saw it work, which is cray-cray. So we're 12.5 on this side of the MOSFET, 12.5 on that side, and then we have a 10.5 on here. And then if I power on the machine, it starts pulling current, doesn't it? All right, it's pulling current. You can see it getting hot. 4 amps, that's a lot of amperage. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it. Let's just reassemble it and look. I don't know, I think that there's something to do with like it not being together or something like that and wants to charge, because normally this board operates a little bit differently than most of the machines. Most machines I can just kind of set it on there and have it charged, so I don't know. It's strange. 100 volt, not a fuse. Locked battery. I have a separate battery, so it's not a locked battery. You like the music? Good, thank you. Is it nice to have a little bit of music in the background? A little bit helpful? I'm going to clean this off. MOSFET's not passing the 12.5. Yeah, that's what's happening. So it could be a blown MOSFET there, and so we might just need to replace the MOSFET. But it's kind of hard to know if it's gonna, I don't know, I have no idea. We'll see. We'll figure out in a second. Because once I get this heatsink on there, then I'll be more confident that we can go inside Windows and see if it actually has charge current going in the battery, because we pulled 4 point something amps, which is kind of excessive. This charger only goes to 6 amps total. All right, just gonna get this LLM off of here. Just a little bit at a time. It was reading the output. Was the reading the output of the MOSFET? So we read the gate pin of the MOSFET at 12.5. We read the input of the MOSFET at 12.5, and then we read the output at 10 point whatever, or whatever the battery voltage was. So that MOSFET, can you figure out if it's a PNP or an NPN? Because to me it seems like it should have been on. Can you look that up? And I can never remember which way is which anyway. So you're gonna have to tell me. Let's see. What is that? Because it seems like it should have been on with 12.5 on that. But maybe not. Maybe it needs to be low. Can't see it. This is ridiculous. Even with the polarizer, you can't see it. Can you kind of make it out? B07, yeah, B07F, is it P or P03? So that should be a, I can't remember. Is that an NPN or PNP? Oh, did you change the microscope for me? Thank you. So that should be high on the gate to let it through, or low? Because we have 12.5 on the gate, we have 12.5 on the drain. So both of these have 12, this is 12.5 all the way across. So here's the gate, 12.5 here, 12.5 here. And so I'm assuming this, does this need to be pulled low for it to pass through, or does it need to be high? Oh yes, I'm skipping next week, by the way. So no stream next week on Wednesday and also on Sunday. So this coming Sunday, I'll be here, but the Sunday after that, after Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna be here. So no streams in a row, but I'll do a post or whatever to remind you guys. Because if this is high, I'm gonna keep wiping off this heatsink because I want to be able to put the heatsink on. Yeah, B07, P03. So what is that? NPN? N channel? And I never remember which way is which, so NPN, so N channel is where you're low on the gate, or high, so you let it pass through. You're glad I'm having a break? Yeah, I'm glad I'm having a break too. I still will post some videos though. And then I have a new video editor that I'm going to start working with this week, or I sent him some stuff. It's a P channel, okay, that he's going to be editing down some of the live streams into some shorts. So, okay, so so it needs to be low in order for it to pass through. Okay, so it's staying high because it doesn't want to go low. Why don't you want to go low? Why don't you want to? All right, so we're going to put some. I'm just going to put Arctic Silver on here for right now, and then I'll go back and change it later. That way we don't have to worry about trying to do a bunch of PTM, man. I just want to get it together just so we can test. Because we're going to end up going to the next one after we fix this one. Okay, so 30 volts, 7.8 ohms. Okay, that short post was very good. With the short that was funny, or the one that I did that was like 3 minutes long or 2 minutes long? I did a long one that was kind of an edit. I've done some of the live streams to shorts, and I'm just kind of playing around with different formats, trying to come up with something that's entertaining enough. And in-panel logic enhances the mode of the field. Okay. Nathan, where can you buy an EC chip for an M17R? Is it an M17R5 or just a 17R5? Like the older one? The 9522 chip? I've actually never seen one of those bad. Are you able to get a summary for this board? Maybe. X14. I'm trying to think if I have one. In general, I don't like to show that as much. I'd rather just get it done without having to do that. But we will. Let me. Let's try to power this thing on again now that we have a heatsink on here, so we can actually just let it fire up for a little bit. So I feel like we had it working. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe next week is Thanksgiving either. This is like, it's like the year has already come by and it's almost over. Okay, power meter, plugging it in. 0, 0. So weird. You know what that means? We need to reflow the chip again. No fair. We don't get turkey on this side of the pond. Now no stream too. Is that true? Your Thanksgiving is on a different time, huh? Your Thanksgiving was what, a couple weeks ago? Is that right? Or is it? Because I know you have a Thanksgiving. It's just plug in the fans. Yeah, I should plug in the fans. I kind of want to boot it up and kind of look at it and see what the screen says. So let me do that. Put my little tape on here just to protect these. Just happy little fan connectors. Just don't break it off, please. Were y'all in the stream on Sunday where I broke a connector off when I was fixing a board and I had to replace the connector? Hooray! It was so much fun. N channel means negative. Okay, so is that a good way to remember it? To me, it doesn't make sense. It's like the opposite. So I always have to remember like negative, positive. I get that, but it means that because it's a P channel, I have to have negative voltage or a lower voltage, right? Okay. All right, let me put this in here. I want to plug in the screen. I just want to look at this. I want to have picture. I want to see what the picture says. Am I crazy or what? Canadians, Thanksgiving is in October. I wonder why they mix it up like that. So like staggering spring breaks and stuff. Can't have everyone eating turkey at the same time. We don't have enough turkeys in the world. I don't really need that, I don't think. I wish it was warmer in the spring here. You know how hot it was today? You know how hot it's been all week? 85 degrees. We had a record 87 degrees 2 days ago. And it tied with like 1923 temperature. Crazy hot. Like we've been running our AC a lot on overtime here. So Master P channel is the Master P. Ice cream man or whatever his song is. Wish I had it's winter here is what they're saying there. It's 31 in New York. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean it did. I think we had a couple nights where it got down to like 40 something, but that's as cold as it got. And then that was it. And then scene. It went back up. Is it possible to have a liquid metal issue? Oh. Well, just because you said it, I think you jinxed it. You have a living turkey and your own chicken too. And you're gonna kill it or what? Did I plug in the battery? I did not. Oh. See, it got up to 30 in Massachusetts. Phoenix, how hot is it in Phoenix? Iowa's 42. I believe that. Hawaii got snow before we did in Colorado. What? That's you're lying. That's a lie. Okay, we're pulling some amperage, 1.7 amps, 2 amps, and 4 amps for a second. We got our Alienware screen. We're gonna go into the BIOS. I like your camera-less power display. Yeah, that's only for the USB-C meter. So that's that one, and then I have to have that one. So 2 different ones. I would love to figure out a way to get this thing to port into the computer, but I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. One of these days. It's 34 in Michigan. It's 40 in Richmond. 59 right now. It's 3 in Canada. 3C. So 3C is what, like 40? Yeah, somewhere around there. Come on. Come on, computer. The BIOS came up. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the diagnostics, though. And it keeps doing that. Let's try this again. I don't know if I have the keyboard plugged in right. No, I do, because I went into the BIOS. 37 in Washington, 54 in Denver. I mean, we're good, bro. We're good. What do you see there? 3%? It was at 2%. It's going up. We have charging. We have 4.8 amps going in. Fixed. That thing's fixed, man. We did it. We did it. So, false positive, I guess, for it not working. That's why I was like, let me reassemble this, because I feel like it needs to be kind of together for it to function properly. But yeah, so it's charging right. We can see it's at 4% now. But let's see those other ports. That's what started this whole thing. You're like, plug it into another port, see if it works. No, I don't want to. I don't wanna. Gosh. But I'm gonna torture myself. So we're gonna go into another port. If I can find the hole, get in your hole. Okay, we're negative. We're idle. And we are 4 amps, 4.8 amps. I did it. I saved another laptop. Bro. All right, so that one's done. I would call that good. And how long did that take? It only took 2 hours and a half, man. Oh, gosh. That's cray-cray. All right. But we replaced 12 components. So I think that's a record. Does the battery work okay? Yes, the battery was down to like 2%. Now we got it up to 4%. I'm sure the battery's fine. Both batteries tested. That's his battery. Their internal battery I plugged in. I didn't plug mine in, so I don't need mine. Is the GPU there? That's a good check. You guys really want to torture me, I'm sure. We could plug it in. We could find more problems. We could spend more time on this thing. Want to find more problems? I got 1,000 problems. This laptop ain't one. This laptop ain't one. I'm gonna thermal paste it tomorrow. I don't end up doing all this stuff on the stream because it's like boring, but I'll pull the whole thing apart and redo everything properly. Proper nice. Yeah, so we have our 3060 is detected. Loud and clear. 12th gen. i7. 3060. 16 gigabytes of the RAMs. So yeah, we're gonna put PTM on it. You guys really want me to take it all apart and put PTM on it? We got 2 other laptops we can fix. Okay, well, let's put it to a vote, everyone. I got 99 problems, and alien abduction ain't one. Alien probing ain't one. I mean, I can take it off and we can put PTM on here. We can get it all deluxe, get it all. I mean, we can do the whole process, which is like, then we clean. I have to scrub all this, get all the rest of this flux off the board. I have to, I boot it to Windows, so I put their board in there, their thing in there. I usually run a little stress test on there. Then I boot up and do all diagnostics. And, see, I got a next one coming. Yeah, see, next. See, once I start naming all the junk I have to do before this thing's actually done, I'll spend like another hour at least in the morning finishing this and be able to send it on. So, oh, it's still blowing some air here. I'm gonna unplug it. So, I think you guys were punking me. So the next was the 16R1. 16. And here's, oh gosh, here's the 18 that we're not gonna do until later unless we can fit it in here. Look how big this thing is. Here's the size of a quarter. There you go. This thing has 3 fans in it. So we're not doing this one, we're doing the 16. Don't forget the screws, thank you. I have the power. Look at that, we just switched that out. Okay, but anyway, so this is what we could get to later if we can get this 16 working. You like how I compared it to a quarter? Let me clean this thing off real quick. Yeah, that thing is ridiculous. I mean, it's a true 18-inch screen. It's like whenever they had big screen TVs and then you had like the big fat bezel around the edge, you know? And so then the TV seems so big. But now you can buy a TV that's like bezel-less and you're like, man, the TV doesn't look that big. But physically it's the same, or visually, well, whatever it is. Yeah, it's a bigger picture. We have a bigger picture. I'm gonna clean this counter off real quick. I don't like dirty counters. And that one has 2 video cards in it and 2 removable video cards, graphic cards, that are in SLI. And it has a removable CPU. And it's like a 4th gen or something like that. It's not very new. It might even be a 2nd gen. Okay, Listo. Yeah, you basically need a forklift for that. All right, so here's our beer spilt laptop. So customer's note is a book. Let me see if we have any information here. So we'll take a gander of that. And so this right here is a 3.5 error, not 35 code. So 3.5 means power rail failure. So beer was spilt on it, fully disassembled it, cleaned it, everything with a toothbrush and alcohol, which is the right thing to do. And there's some corrosion in some places, cleaned it off, letting it dry out most of the time. So, I mean, all this stuff procedure was correct. Flushing, oh, maybe I should heat up my ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, let me do that. Tried cleaning it again, plugged it back in. Low fan spin. I haven't read all this, so I don't even know. I'm just kind of like processing it while I'm reading a line. Knocked off something very small on the board. Knocked off something very small on the board. So that's something we're going to be looking for. You guys are looking for. I'm not going to see it, apparently. One of the heatsink screws are also stripped. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Save it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to need a beer to fix this laptop. All right. We're going to, ooh, like, has some crunchiness. It's even opening this. So we're missing a key here. Yeah, the keyboard feels a little bit. Well, let's see what type of beer it is. Yeah, might be a lager. Or a Guinness. Maybe it's a Guinness. It's a stout. There's like something sticky, yeah. It's over here. I can hear it when I'm opening and closing it. Oh, I was gonna ask you, how's the microphone today? Does it sound pretty good? Does it sound better than normal? Because it better. Because I spent a bunch of money on it. So last Sunday, my microphone, my lapel or lavalier mic messed up. And so I just unplugged it and I just kind of clipped it on here. So I ended up buying a new lav and it cost me like 90 bucks. So it was a Rode Professional Premium version. So the other one I had was like a $60 or cheaper one. And then this is the higher end version. So it better be better for that premium. And they have the word premium in the name. So that means better. Okay. So that was just a side note. Does it turn on? No. And I don't even want to plug in the power. Should we plug in the power? I don't want to plug in the power. Do you want to plug in the power? Who wants to plug in the power? I don't know if I want to plug in the power. I don't think it's going to spark, but do we want to see the 3.5 error? I sound like Jeff Goldblum. I only sound like Jeff Goldblum because I sing a lot, apparently. When I'm like doing this, la-da-da-da, and I say a lot, that's what Jeff Goldblum does. And I'm not doing it on purpose, but we're going to raw dog this. Plug it in, yes, no, better. Yes, no, snip, snap, snip, snap. Someone needs to make a decision. Probably think we don't need to plug it in because we know that it's messed up. Plug it into a triple phase 220. That'd be like a 660. Yes, please, plug it in. Yes, Jeff Goldblum is the best. I think I'm going to plug it because he's been plugging it. If he's been plugging it, I've been plugging it. I can plug it. No, don't plug it. Yes, plug it. I'm just going to plug it. We're going to do it. Here we go. We have to know that we know it has a 3.5 error because he says it, but do we need to see it? Sparks are fun. Yes, plug it. I'm going to do it. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Okay, here we go. We plugged it. He plugged it in. Okay, 0.05. Do I hear something? Do I smell something? No, I don't smell anything. Okay, I pressed the power button. It went to 184 for a second, dropped down to 0.17. And then that's all it does. Do you want to plug in the power? Do you want to plug in the power? All right, so that's all it does. That's it. That was good enough for me. Good enough, club. The alien drank again. Drank a beer. Low voltage rails issues. All right, Lead Farmer is calling it low voltage. It's not a high voltage. It's not going to be the main power rail because it didn't short out the charger. 3.5 usually points to a power rail failure. That's going to be one of the lower ones. So they're going to be the 5 volt for the RAM, or it'll be the, let's see, 1.8, or the fact that it turned on when I pressed the power button means it's probably not the 3.3, but I guess it could be a different 3.3. Yeah, plugging it in seemed pointless, but you guys go ahead. Yeah, sometimes I have to see it with my own eyes. Is it the DDR5 RAM thing? It could be. I did another one of those yesterday or 2 days ago where the DDR5 power rail fails. But just open your first Rolling Rock. Cheers. You know, I haven't had a Rolling Rock in so many years. So many years. So I'm going to unplug the battery. It's my first thing to do. CPU or GPU is not shorted because the main power rail is not shorted. So here's the power rail that shorts all the time, so we can just check there first. We have our vengeance. We have our vengeance in here. And let's just check this power rail first. And we don't have a short on this. This is the first time I've never had a short on this power rail when I open this up. So the vengeance is strong with this one. Get that out of my way. I'll take the battery out too. Maybe we won't. Let's look around. Let's see if we see any evidence. I'm going to take this back cover off, though. That's what I want to do. And then we can look. So we didn't draw anything for the 3.5 error. Now, if I would have left it on, it would have gave the 3.5 error. I can tell you that because it did jump up. They turned back to a lower voltage, down to like, well, not voltage, but current to 0.17, and it sat there. And so it probably would have started flashing on the light. But we didn't stay long enough to do that, so I guess the whole thing was pointless. That's a shamrock. You miss Shiner Bock? Yeah, that's made right here in Texas. Shiner Bock. Shiner Bock, Texas. Okay. He said he cleaned it. The problem with cleaning is that you don't know where the problem was before. And so we're going to need to use our detective skills in order to see if we have any stickiness around here. Do we have a missing resistor already? Don, do you see it from here? How is that possible? How do you have those skills, Eagle Eye? Battery's unplugged. I'm going to unplug this LCD connector. Okay. And then we're just going to kind of walk around here. So you guys keep an eye out. So we're supposed to have a component missing. And did they say where it is? He must be watching on a 150-inch TV, a bezel-less 150-inch, right? Look, we can see detective work. So we can see that this is bent on this corner here. That's from like not pulling that out very easily. It is hard sometimes to get the corners out. But did they say where it was? No, they didn't. Okay. So I'm just going to slide across the edges first, because that's usually how components get ripped off, and then that's also where the liquid gets in. And then we'll just kind of sweep back and forth here. Okay. I'm gonna move over just a little bit. This is all behind the CPU. Okay, is that something? That little spot? We need to know where the spill was, otherwise it's gonna be kind of hard. If it was cleaned so good we can't tell, then we're not gonna be able to know where the components were. What if we took pictures? Let me unplug this too. So this is that 5-volt power rail for the RAM, but it's fine. It's measuring fine. Okay, now we're gonna come down here. Beer spilled. So did beer spill on the keyboard? Easier to replace a keyboard than a key. It is, yes. The main reason why you can't replace keyboard keys very easily is because the keyboards come out of multiple factories, even if it's the same part number, and you'll have different mechanisms. So we've ran into this over the years. Okay, what about that? Is that something? Can you tell what I'm trying to look at? I can't tell if that's like a... No, it's just flux. Nate spots it. No, that's not true. That's totally untrue. Okay, we're gonna keep trucking along here. Nope. This is very suspenseful music. Look at that. Do you see that? It looks like a wire. Do you see that? How is that possible? What is that? It totally looks like a wire that's shorting out something. See how focused I can get it for you. Look at that. It looks metallic. That could be sitting across this and touching this stuff. I don't know, but it's kind of strange. So I'm going to take it off of here. We're going to put it in a specimen bag and send it off to forensics. Put it right here. I don't know what that was. And then here, this, I guess this might have been the one who did it, who done it. So we're going to put this in a forensics bag too and send that off. Figure out who that is. The other thing was definitely some sort of metallic, it almost looked like a wire brush or something. I got all sorts of stuff coming in here. That's just a regular hair. All right, we're sweeping away, sweeping. Ah, this looks like we might have some liquid damage here, maybe? Right there. This is on the daughter board. And, I have a motion sensor on my camera, so it doesn't like, I don't leave it on when I leave. And so I haven't been moving enough. I need to be more animated. I need to talk with my hands, and then my camera won't turn off. So give me a second, it's booting back up. I think it'd be time to stretch. Okay, there we go. It's set on a 2-minute timer. If it doesn't sense any motion. All right, that looks like we could have some past liquid damage there. I don't know. I want to know where the liquid damage is. And this is on a daughter board. We can just unhook this daughter board. The thing will turn on. More hair. More hair. What's this guy's name? He might be in chat. Brandon. Brandon, are you in chat? Can you tell me where this is? That would be so much more useful. We had 3 for 3 in chat last week for all the repairs that were in there. So I'm wondering if Brandon's in here. Hey Daria, how you doing? That's my sister. Dropping by to say hi. Okay, well, I don't see anything, unless y'all saw something. They use a metal toothbrush. They probe for ohms. We should probe for ohms. Soren would he would buzz it. We need DNA analysis. Oh, Elgato crash. No, it's literally on a plug that's on a 2-minute motion sensor, so I don't leave my ring light on because I have to keep replacing these ring lights. Love the atmosphere music. I love it too. We're getting some serious lightning here. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's supposed to be crazy thunderstorms coming through right now, or soon. I forgot about that, like flooding and all this stuff. So I haven't heard anything, but I may be getting something crazy happening soon. Read the note again. Let's read the note again. I concur. Okay. See if we have any clues in this note. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Yes, my sister. My little sister. I have an older and a younger sister and a twin brother. You got lightning rolling in from the southwest. Yeah, because we have a cold front, I guess, is coming in. And I don't know. It's supposed to be crazy for the next day and a half of thunderstorms and flooding and stuff. So it says plug back together rear I/O cable, RGB cable. May have been shorted and wet. So rear I/O RGB cable. Rear I/O, is that they're talking about the LCD screen maybe? Rear I/O RGB cable. Middle child. I'm kind of a middle child because I'm a twin. I have a twin brother who's 10 minutes older than me. Yeah, 3.5 error code because we have a shorted power rail. So we can just start probing around and measuring power rails. I just wanted to find where the freaking evidence was of a spill. All right, are we good with this note? Excuse me. Rear Tron lights. That's a good idea. Rear Tron lights. So the Tron light plugs in. Tron light plugs in right here. So, oh, sorry, you can't see that. Tron light plugs in right here, and then goes to the back this way. And then, but it could be saying that this LCD cable is the RGB. No, AJB. All right. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Here's your RGB connector. I'm kind of inclined to just start measuring around aimlessly. Check the Tron light pins. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, because I guess it could be a shorted Tron light. Okay. Probing. Time to probe an alien. Going in. Don't you do that. All right, so that's the ground side. This side's fine. I don't know what these are supposed to measure at anyway, so it's kind of hard to know. I usually like measuring capacitors because then there's usually a definitive. So those three are ground. And those are positive. So those are the ground and those are positive. All that's measuring fine. Gosh, I need to clear my throat. So a capacitor will usually have one side that's ground and the other side that's not ground. So this is a 20 ohm measurement on this side. Could be good, could be bad. RGB keyboard. Yeah, RGB keyboard. This is an MCU board though. So that would be right here. And then it goes to an MCU board and then that gives the RGB. But we are measuring 20 ohms in that one area, so it could be good or bad. I don't know. So that one's fine. Fine. Because that could go to the chipset. This is all battery area. I don't know where it would be. External monitor. It's not powering on, so I can't do external monitor. Because right as you hit power, it kind of powers up for a second and shuts off and starts. Ooh. What do we have here? Say hello to my little friend. A little scratchy scratch. I mean, it's not broken, but. Well, I think we need to pull the board out, unfortunately. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming he pulled it out because look at the size of look at that screw right there. Let's just pull the board out because we're just chasing our tails. And then all the power rails are on the other side of the board anyway. Concur? The evidence is in the keyboard. I know. So if it's spilling the keyboard, it's not going to be on this side anyway. Sometimes I see it where it spills and kind of rolls underneath and goes, but you think the EC is cooked. Everyone concurs. I want to see the concur emotes flooding the screen. And that means all the people that are just lurkers need to start dropping some concur emotes. And then I bet our viewership number is going to go up from 72. We only have 72 on Twitch, but I bet we probably have more than that, but nobody's, you have to be chatting. Concur. Why not concur? There we go. Look, the concurs are flooding in. They're flooding in. You've been lurking, but now you are speaking up. Here they come. Here they come. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Much delay on Twitch. It should be like 5 seconds. I think it's 5-second delay on Twitch. I don't know how much it is on YouTube because I don't have the YouTube stream up, but I have the Twitch stream up on a separate screen and I can see that. Get much tomatoes? Tornadoes? Yeah, not as much. I mean, so Austin's kind of split in half, so there's a hill country on one side and kind of a flatter area on the other side. And so we are pretty protected for the most part. There are some towns north of us that are flatter and they do get some tornadoes, but I would say we've had a couple tornadoes, but nothing like that just rips through everything. It might just have like the drop downs and come back up, F1, EF1s, things like that. My free membership expired, so I can't use it. Oh, darn it. Okay, well then I guess you just have to write concur. Oh my God, your face. Yes, I know. It's just a screenshot from one of the videos. Okay, we're almost there. This thing has like 1,000,000 screws, so. It looks like you've never done this before. Yes, I've never, ever opened this laptop up. Ever. We concur. The concurrence is strong with this crowd. Hello, you are the greatest electronic repairer, according to the internet, and to me. Good. I think we looked up on ChatGPT who's the greatest technician, and it's not me, which is fine. But I'm not even the second greatest. I'm not even the greatest Dell technician, apparently. ChatGPT is a no. Maybe we need to ask Gemini. Gemini knows more about YouTube. Go, man, go. I'm getting closer. We're almost there. But you got to watch out for those secret screws. 15-second delay for Twitch. Okay, that is a little bit longer than normal. It's usually like 5 seconds. Where's my secret screw? Where art thou? Where art thou? You still lack the skills to replace a CPU. I know, which I don't care, actually. But I could tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. So I sprung for a cheap IR6500. So I have a BGA machine coming tomorrow. Just the IR6500. So not a good machine at all. It was cheap. And so now we're going to mess around with it. So I was going to unpack it on Sunday. So this Sunday stream, we're going to put it together and try it out. Sound good? And epically fail all over again, I'm sure. It doesn't really matter to me. What are we snagging on here? You take the blame. Yeah, I don't. The thing is that I'm using inadequate equipment, which is fine with me. This is stuck to something. I think we have some beer glue. The beer glue is strong. Or is this the heatsink screw he was talking about that's messed up? Okay, there we go. The beer glue. Okay. This ain't regulation. This ain't regulation. Okay, now we can see more evidence. Okay, so let's look at a couple things first. Log off Twitch, log back on, and your stream will slip the longer you're live. Really? So if I just stop it and then restart it, it will be good, but then it'll kick everyone off. Because is it from missing frames or something like that? So here's some sticky goo, sticky magoo, right there. So we have some evidence we had something there. And uh-oh. The song has Pink Floyd in it. I can hear it. Hold on, let me switch this because I don't want to get copyright strike. Okay, there we go. This is our TPS chip. This is the power management chip or the PD controller chip. That looks like it had some sort of liquid on it in that area. This capacitor has some liquid damage right there. So we did find some liquid damage finally. That's what we want. So we'll have to take the heatsink off too. You didn't try to use the bell, you didn't think, yeah, so you can't use the bell. So basically my mods have bell access, and then if you do a super chat, but it's only on YouTube. I haven't figured out how to do it on Twitch yet, but I probably should figure that out. Or maybe I did do it on Twitch, I can't remember. Then it will super chat. So look. This is busted, so I'm assuming, this is what I was saying was not regulation. These plastic rivets, I guess, ripped off because this keyboard's not made to come out, and so I guess he had to rip the plastic rivets in order to get the keyboard out. And so if I was him, I would have just replaced the palm rest. Have some more evidence right here. just want to see where all the sticky is. So on this side maybe? Under there. Oh, lots of evidence on this side. Okay, so we're going to be focusing probably on that side more because it looks like it's more on this side. So that's this side. Has the most stickiness, which is this side. And I saw stuff right here. Oh, I saw stuff over here too. Dadgummit. It's a lot of stuff. What time is it? I'm getting tired. My phone's ringing. Who's calling me? Anthony just sent me a donation. He just bought me some bourbon. That's what the notification was. Thank you. I have a buy me a bourbon button, and I just got a notification that I received some bourbon. Thank you. I'm going to take this heatsink off, and then we'll look around, and then we'll fix this stuff here. 9 p.m. Yes, it's 9 p.m., and so I got probably another 30, 45 minutes in me, and then we got to log off. But we're going to fix this thing. Oh, this sounds crunchy. And then it'll be bourbon time. We're going to do some Buffalo Trace because I got plenty of that right now. Last night I was drinking Angel's Envy. Have you all ever had Angel's Envy bourbon? Very nice. It's a medium price. You can get like a $40 bottle, $43 or something, and then you can get some barrel strength, and you can get some triple oaked and things like that. Oh, this is the stripped one. That's fine. Got it out. So this one should have liquid metal in it, but I don't think the liquid metal's probably still in it because he's taking it off. No, we're good. The liquid metal is gone, or it never had it, or it never existed at all because of the size of that chip. It needs a bath. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to ultrasonic cleaner it. Oh yeah, this is definitely a lower end CPU and GPU because I bet this is like a 4070, RTX 4070, and I bet this is like, this might just be an i7, not an i9, because it doesn't. It's missing a power stage there, and then this one doesn't have much RAM, and the chip's so tiny. So, VRAM. All right, let's measure some power rails. Let's find our short. Let's go to bed, or get some bourbon. So we're going to just start out. We're going to measure all these coils. Every coil you see, we're going to measure it. Well, those we don't really need to measure, and then we're going to see if we can find a short. So we're in continuity mode where we touch the probes together, they beep, and we're just going to try to find a short. This is going to be the power rail that charges the battery probably. This is going to be the main power rail, which is fine. This one's fine. That one's fine. This coil right here, 77 ohms, nothing. That one's fine. We got 20 ohm here. Now 20 ohm is probably correct because I think this is going to be for the chipset. So it's usually around 20 to 30 ohms, so I'm not worried about that one. And then here's our 3 volt and 5 volt power rails. That's what I'm suspecting is the issue, but we'll see. So you can see them underneath that. That one's fine. And that one's fine. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. We're running out of coils. So this is when we're going to have to really start digging deep to find the short. So we got 11 ohms. This is CPU. CPU is always going to be measuring like that. CPU and then GPU is going to be measuring low. So none of that's an issue. This one over here. It's fine. I want to plug it in on the bench under the thermal camera. There's a sticker on the Palmer that says i7, so yes, I concur, and it does seem like it's an i7 of some sort anyway. I'm going to take this DC jack out of here so we can plug it in on the bench, and I want to see what it powers up as. Remember we saw it kind of pull 1 point something amps, 1.73 or something like that, and then it jumped down to 0.7 after that. So I want to see if it does that on the bench. So we will see heat. We'll do it under the thermal camera. You guys love that thermal camera. Oh. Okay. Plug this guy in. And power on the thermal camera. Here we go. Go as high as I can. Okay, so keep an eye out. Plugging it in. 3, 2, 1. Going thermal. I thought I heard a noise. I thought I heard like a crunching noise or something, but maybe that was just the plugging it in. Okay, ready? I'm going to plug it in again. Going thermal. Okay, I don't see anything on that side. 0.02 is not enough to have anything happen. I haven't powered it on yet. And we're going to power it on now. Do we have a power button on this thing? Can't remember where the power button would be. Where's the power? I think it's around here. Ugh, this thing's so high up now. Where's our power button? Trying to find a power button. There we go. There's our power button. Look, it's nice. I love it when they just put a power button right there. So that's very nice of them. Okay, going thermal again. All right, ready? Now I'm going to power it on. 3, 2, 1. So why is it not doing anything? Let me power it on again. What? The what? So battery was not plugged in, and so that's making it respond differently. Plug the battery back in. I'm going to take the battery out of the chassis and that will hook it up. So that means we might be missing VDD, is what that means, which we just had on the last one. So I remember the 5 volts that are on the power management chip that powers up all the other chips. And if that's missing, the battery will supply it, and then it will fix that issue. And then it will give you a false positive that the machine's working, but it's not working. Backside on the bottom, so you guys are seeing something? Okay. Well, I will go look at that in a second. A lot of this is just reflection, so if you're seeing something, we're not pulling enough current to have anything happen yet, so that's why I'm not really jumping to look around. I'm trying to get this battery out of here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna plug the battery back in on the desk here. Okay, battery's plugged in. Keep an eye out for any heat spots. That's weird that that's hot right there, but it's not. Is it? Or is it just my hand? Look, that's just my hand. Like if I squeeze right here, boom, I'm just putting some heat on there. Okay, so no heat yet. Get ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, plugged in. Oh, I just heard, did you hear something? Okay, hold on. It made me jump. And I heard like a pop, but it was more like a, I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let me try it again. You heard it too, okay. It almost sounds like a sticker or something coming undone, but it also sounds like a pop too, so. And it could be like a capacitor trying to ground out or something. I mean, not a capacitor, a MOSFET, the low side MOSFET. Plug that back in. Okay, ready? Plugging this in. If it does the pop again, then we'll know. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here, hold on. Let me just stop the music. This is distracting. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nothing. I think it must have been this, here. I think it was this. Like me moving this around. Okay. So, false alarm on that. Okay, and then now we're gonna press the power button and we're gonna look to see what gets on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I press the power button. 0.04, 0.05. Okay. 0.04, 0.05. Stop the music, it's lame. Oh, I love it. Here, I'll switch the song. Why is there music? Because we had a consensus that they wanted a little bit of music, so that's what we started doing, a little bit of music. So I just have it on in the background because it's a little bit better. Okay. Let me try this again. Ultrasonic cleaner at first. I mean, what I hate about doing ultrasonic cleaner is I usually do it at the end after I have fixed the issues. Now, if you if you clean all the evidence away, then it's hard to fix something. So that's why I don't like that. All right, so it's not turning on anymore like it was doing when it was in the machine, which is really weird. Okay, so did we see any liquid damage yet? I think we're running out of time, so I need to start speeding up a little bit here. Okay, there's the power management chip. Let me plug this back in and see if we can measure what's on the power management chip. So it's a different chip than before. So we had a 9538CH on this one. This is a 95522. And so I believe I believe it's going to be 20 volts here, 5 volts there, and then this is going to be the 3.7. So if people are coming and going, everyone's complaining about the music. I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with the music. It's very, very low in the background. So yeah, it's not even playing through the stream. It's just on the table right next to me. So, but it fills in the void a little bit. So it's 910 right now. All right, I'm going to plug in the charger, and then I'm going to measure. All right, here we go. So I want to check to see if we have our 20 volts here, which should be that pin, 19.8. And then I want to see if we have 5 volts here. We have our 5.3. And then the last thing was this pin right here, I believe should be 3.7. 3.5, is that right? 3.5 seems high enough. Customer doesn't tell the truth. Everyone's back and forth on the music, and I know we can do a vote, but I don't even care. I mean, it's very low in the background, so I'm not going to worry about it. Even though it is a democracy, I know. Here's some evidence. Here's some evidence. Where did he knock off the chip again? If we can find that chip he knocked off, because he said, I think he knocked it off. Oh, that's definitely sus right there. That's definitely sus. 0.34. This is why I hate liquid damage. That's cleaned. If it wasn't cleaned, it's so much easier for me. But if it's already been cleaned, you can't find it. I'm telling you, you guys should have picked the M18. Ah, it got here too. That's no bueno. PD chip. Look, see the liquid damage is on the, what is this? That's the GPU power stage right here on the main power rail. But we have 20 volts on the main power rail. Let me go over to 3 volt and 5 volt. Let's just see if these are up and running. 5 volts up and running. 3.3 is up and running. There's our EC chip. I don't see a bunch of corrosion around it. I don't know why that's discolored there. This chip is 1.8, it's up and running. And this is the chipset, it's 0.8. I don't know if the chipset should be 0.8 or not. Seems low. It should be 1.05, I thought. You have iHeart, the 80s playing in the background. Yeah, you can put your own music on in the background. Pull, 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 we can all concur. Open circuit, yeah, could be an open circuit. but we're missing a power rail. What power rail are we missing? I don't know. I plug the battery back in. I want to see what the voltage the battery's at. It's a Guinness. The Guinness. We have to kind of get our bearings with what condition this board's in. I'm actually kind of getting tired of it. 10.5 volts is pretty low, but it should be okay. But it's definitely not even charging the battery. So 10.6, is it going up? It shouldn't be because it's not charging the battery. Check all the coils. We just checked all the coils. What other coils am I missing? What other coils am I missing? This is the one that we already checked for a short, and that's fine. We should have 20 volts going to it on the input. 20 volts there, and then the output's nothing because it's not on. This is only when the machine's on. I don't know why we're not getting it to turn on anymore. 0.05. When I pressed it, it's 0.05. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to remember. I know why my brain's not working. I need some bourbon. Your 1.2 is missing. There's no 1.2 for, or you're talking about for RAM, because this is DDR5, so it has a 5-volt power rail that powers the DDR5. Voltage injection. Okay, where do you want to inject it? Let me know all about it. I want to know where it is. Where do we inject voltage where there's no short? We have to find a short to inject into. So I'm going to measure all the rails again. Continuity mode. I kind of want to take this daughter board off if it had some damage. So all these, the 3 and 5s were good. They had voltage on it. This had 0.8 on it, which seemed low, but that's the chipset. That's 73 ohms. This one was 1.8, so that was there. So it had 20 volts, that's the battery. This is the 1.8, this was 0.8, I thought it would be 1. 3.3, 5 volt, that was fine. That stuff's not coming on. When we pressed the power button, it went to 0.05, but when we originally plugged it in, it jumped up. Yeah, no short, no injection, that's the problem. Concur on the bourbon. You guys can pour all the bourbon you want, I just don't have any bourbon here. Give him an estimate for a motherboard and a keyboard replacement next time you want to spill $3 beer on it. Yeah, I know this motherboard, this is the cheaper board, so this is probably still $600 or $700 though, because this machine's still new. A newer machine. For the lower end board, I just put one of these in on another laptop and it was $1,000 for the version that had that 4070 with a, yeah, so this might even be closer to 800 or 900. RAM's not installed. I'm going to take this daughter board off anyway, just in case. We don't need it. Where we're going, we don't need it. I could throw in an ultrasonic cleaner. It's not going to, I mean, it could fix it magically, but I also wish I could see where the spill was. And maybe this power button's a fake power button. That's the other thing. We didn't measure the voltage on that power button, but all right, plugged in. See if it's when it's plugged in, I press it, it does nothing. See that? But when I have the battery attached and I press it, it goes to 0.05. All right? No, now it's not doing anything. I'm giving her all she got, Captain. Let me put some RAM in it. Let me put some vengeance in it. Some vengeance. It shouldn't really matter, but. Put a load on those power rails. Bring them down. Do we concur yet? What are we supposed to concur about? So, I mean, I've only seen a couple different evidences of spill because he cleaned it so well. So this area in the middle looks a little bit scrubby. Scrubby-D. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can look to see if we got it under the CPU. All right, we got some heatsink compound right there. And this, if this had liquid metal, it could be liquid metal underneath the GPU or CPU. Yeah, let's look down the barrel. Oh, this is a boring one. I'm bored already. That's why liquid damages are horrible. All right, so we're gonna look at the balls. Look at them balls. So we got something under there. Look at them balls. Don't see any. It's hard to get in some angles, so do the best I can. That's the memory. Okay. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. Well, I don't see anything there. I don't see any. And then here's the CPU. What are you guys saying? Blown or open power rail? I mean, that's probably what's happening. We have a blown pulled up resistor. That's exactly what the symptom is to me. So resistor somewhere on the board that's open. And we need to find the ugliest resistor on the board, but we don't know where the spill was. So when I've fixed spill issues like this, I literally do not clean the board until I identify what the issue is, and then I fix the board. And then I go through and I clean all this stuff. Or I sit there in that one area and I clean it. I'm just checking in case there was liquid metal on here, because I don't want to drop to go under there. Okay, well, I don't see anything else. What should I be doing? What do I need to do, man? We just need to find this issues. Okay, so this whole area looks better. Let me measure that one resistor that looked really sus, which was, I thought was over here. I'm sure you guys are telling me some good stuff. Beer-soaked balls. Get some, look at the balls on that one. So, I mean, we could tell there was a spill here, right? We could tell that this resistor right here has a little bit of stuff happening there. Now, most likely those aren't a cause, right? Like this resistor is probably fine. It's good. It's good. But this is no fun. This is a fuse right here. See the F on that labeling? That's a fuse. That's fine. And so if we're looking for a resistor that's blown, it'll be a resistor with a dot in it. So all the resistors are these black flat ones, and then they're going to have a little hole right in it. It looks like almost like an eye winking at you. And so that's what we're looking for. So I want you to find one of those. And there's more corrosion here. I mean, I can tell the spill was over here for sure, but it could be anywhere. It's like around a chip like this. Look at that one. That one looks fuggly. Okay, all right. We might have something here. Might have something here. Okay, that's not measuring anything. Let me put it in ohms only. See, it's measuring 100K, or 1K. So, I mean, that's fine. And it's in circuit, but that's probably fine, right? What about that? Is that a dot? Ah, scratching the board. Oh my God. I'm tired of looking at this board. I'm tired of looking at this board. I just, you know, it's like I'm gonna have to sit here and measure every single component. Let me see. Do we have a short over here? Since we have liquid damage over here. 0.6. Bad power button. Well, when we pushed it, it was going to 0.05. I was thinking of the power button. What do all the numbers mean in letters printed on the pub? The pub? You're talking about on the board? So each thing's telling us what each component is. You'll have 3 more years of working on this motherboard spillage. Yes, this is a rabbit hole. At a time on this one, let's chat and chill. Do you concur? Does everyone concur on that? We're gonna chat and chill for a little bit. I like to usually spend the last 20 minutes or so just kind of doing a just chatting situation. I gotta head home because my kids are going to bed. Oh man. We fixed one. We fixed one. I did not think that we were getting into that situation. Oh gosh, we can try it again on Sunday. We can pull out that BGA machine I'm going to be unpacking on Sunday, and we can try to pull off the chip and put it back on. Oh, I got some. Is it real? It's fake. I do. I actually have some. Y'all want to do it? Is it real? It's fake, real quick. I only have a couple. So this is a segment we call, is it real or is it fake? And so I need you to take a look and tell me, and I haven't really looked at these two thoroughly, but they look pretty interesting. So let's pull these down. All right, so here's a good one. I think I already did this one. Yeah, I did that one already. Did I do this one already? I probably did. I can't remember. This one's, you know this one's fake. But I do love how they have these really official plugs at the end here. So that's a Targus. That's an obviously fake one. But we have that one, and we have this one. And okay. Here. You gotta hear it. You gotta admire it. You have to. Here, I'm gonna take this plastic off of here. There we go. Oh, we even have some sheen. Look at that. We have some sheen on that one. This one's like a flatter, duller. Let me get one more. One more for the party. Actually, I don't know about this one either. I don't know. Okay. So, is it real or is it fake? So we're going to try to determine which one of these is real and which one's fake. And we can eliminate one of them, obviously, right? We got Dell logos here. We got 130 watt logo here. So we have inferior plastic. It's shiny. These are dull. We have, let's see, the end looks a little funny. We can also weigh them. You can hear the sounds a little different. This one's very hollow. Okay. All right, so get rid of this one, right? We can get rid of this one. We can at least, but we can look at the labeling. We have a QR code down here, which is not going to be a QR code. It should be a matrix code. It says 130 watts. So we know this one's fake. So this one's gone. Fake, real, real. Okay. All right, so now we're down to 2. And then there was 2. So are these the same size? Yeah, they're about the same size. Okay. Do they have the same sound? Do they have the same weight? Should we get the scale? Let me get the scale. Okay. 247, 248, 271. Okay, so that was this one on this side, this one on this side. All right, so 247, 271 in weight. All right, are we ready to flip it yet? Now I'm just looking at, is it the same thickness? It's about the same thickness. Seems the same. Okay, so we're going to flip them now. Well, we definitely have some differences in the labels, don't we? We got a color difference. We have a, this one has a sheen on it. This one does not have a sheen. This one has a kind of a funny font. This one doesn't have a funny font. 240, okay. I know people are, they're making their predictions. The barcodes look different too. And then we can go microscope if you want to go a little closer on these. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be the one on this side. So we'll start at the top. And so it's 20 volts, 5 volts, 6.5, 1 amp. Okay, so it could do a 20 volt at 6.5 and then 1 amp at 5 volts. And the font has a lot of safety stuff. And then this barcode. Okay. And we can read the barcode. Remember, we have this section right here, the 3, that's going to tell you what year and day, month. And that's, so it's 2018, I guess, if it starts with 8, or it's 2028. Well, that's that one. Okay, so now we're going to come over to this one. This is crazy. The difference in color. This looks a little funny to me. AC adapter, it just says AC adapter. Is that right? This one's different. So this one has multiple modes. Still has all the safety stuff. And then we have a barcode. The year is 2. So that's probably 2022, maybe. I don't know. The part number is 7MP1P, and this one's a K005F. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up a notepad, and I'm going to scan it. So we'll scan the first one. I don't know if you can't see. Let's see if I turn on this view. Can you even see? I don't know what you can see with that view on or not. Cannot see. There we go. So I'm going to scan this one first. You ready? All right, so what are we missing here? Well, let me scan the next one now, and I'll show you. So now we're going to scan this one. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, that was unexpected, actually. To go over what is unexpected here, let me zoom this in. This should actually say CN0, or 0. That's what that should say, or CN. It doesn't have CN there. That one's fake, then, because it doesn't have that in the barcode. This one is 100% fake also. I didn't know they were both fake, actually. That is so funny. Okay, well, there you go. They're both fake. They're both fake. And, yep, the ends look a little, they're both messed up. Here, let me grab another one. Let me grab a good one. That's messed up. I did not expect that, actually. I don't have a good one right now. All right, here. Let me grab one more. Okay, I don't have one right now. Anyway, you guys just take my word for it. But that was, I led you down a little trap, didn't I? So led you down a little trap. But that's how good they are. That's how they can really, really trick you. Both stickers seemed odd. The fonts seemed odd. I'm surprised that one actually weighed more. So I guess the one that weighs more probably has better electronics in it. I don't know. I didn't expect them to both be fake though. Because even the font here looked okay. Plastic felt a little weird, but wasn't one a good one, 320 grams? No, it was like one was 270, one was 240 or 250. Right, so we had, oh, a good one. You're saying a good one. Yeah, it was 300. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, you're right. This was 240, and that was 278. So a good one was over 300 grams. You're right. So you knew that. So you already knew the answer. You already knew the answer. All right, that was that. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Is it real or is it fake? Surprise, surprise. So, what else I got? Okay, so so no stream. Oh, so we're gonna have a stream this next coming Sunday, and then I'll probably that BGA machine's supposed to show up tomorrow, so we'll play with that on Sunday, and then we can work on a machine or whatever you want to do. And then the next Wednesday is gonna be Thanksgiving week, no stream there, and then the Sunday after that, no stream there. So we're gonna skip two of the next coming streams. Is it real or is it fake? You were liking the Where's Waldo search. That'd be funny. So I'm trying to think like how someone could do some sort of consensus thing. What if we did something like you guys would have to chat amongst yourselves, something like that, right? And so I put a board up, and you guys pick a quadrant or a naming label or something like that on the board, and then you come up with a vote or whatever it is, and then you have to have radio silence on where it is, and then you have to help me kind of find it. I don't know. I don't know. But everyone would have to be on the same board, same page about that in order to do the Where's Waldo search. We do quadrants. Ask me some questions. We got a little bit of time left. I got like 10 minutes or something. Oh, another thing I didn't tell you, I got my fiber. So we're on fiber now. I bumped YouTube up to 10 megabits or kilobits, with 10,000 kilobits, so 10 megabits. And I could probably even go a little higher on the, but I got that a couple days ago. And we're hitting the sauce a little early. Yeah, well, it's 20 minutes till 10. Last week I got home after my kids were in bed, so I want to be home by 10. So if I can be done by like 9:50, it'll be good. So I've got another 15 minutes. Do you repair other computers like HP and other brands, not Dell? So no, only specialize in Dell and Alienware only. And I've been doing it for like 20 something years. We stock all the parts, so. You wasn't on fiber before? No, I've been on gig by 50, and it actually had a fiber line coming in the building, but they didn't have it double bonded or whatever it was. So now I have symmetrical. I just did 1 gig, but I can actually call them for 2 gig or 5 gig if I need to. But 1 gig was fine because all I needed was just a 1 gig upload. Rain, not yet. We closed the schools and offices last week due to blizzards up here in. Really? Wow. And I thought I was going to have thunderstorms and worrying about everything, power going out, but nothing's happened. I don't hear anything out there. Fiber helps your digestion too. That's right. Eat your Wheaties. Had to step away, but did you end up finding all the loose caps? So we fixed all, the machine before, we fixed all the stuff that got ripped off the board, rebuilt that, and it worked. And then the second machine, which was the spill, we gave up on because it's like a, I mean, we're going to have to, I'll search again and try to find what's going on, but there's probably a pull-up resistor that's blown somewhere. No delays on the feed, so looking good. Awesome. That's why we haven't had any buffering this stream. That's right. So we're all fixed, and I may go up on the bit rate again, a little higher. Twitch, you're still only at like 4 or 5, I don't know. I think you can only do a max of 6 on Twitch anyway. You have 10 gig, wow. 10 gigabit. How much for fiber? So this fiber, so I've been paying like $320 a month for my gig by 50. I mean, it's business line. And then I think I just signed for $170 a month for the gig by gig. I think is what it is. Symmetrical 1 gig. Would you give a try? Would you give a try to mess with EC or BIOS chip I messed up? I mean, we mess with that stuff all the time. If you want to send it in to us, yeah, we can do it. As long as it's Dell or Alienware. In which U.S. state away I am? I'm in Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas, right in the center of Texas. Fiber is a fast and way to go. Fiber now killed AOL. AOL, I can't believe it's still around. I have a question. How can we know if the laptop has liquid metal or thermal paste on it? Usually it's going to be the machines that have the i9s or higher end GPUs, and they're usually Alienwares that have it. So if it's just like an XPS or something that doesn't have liquid metal. But they're mainly going to be the G series or the Alienwares that have it. Oh, let's see. If they restart their view, they'll catch up. Okay, so some people are a little bit behind, so they can just refresh the page. Oh yeah, so if everyone wants to hit the like button, that will help the feed and help the channel and all that stuff. Stream is good on YouTube. Perfect. Correct, you need a refresh. Whoa, that's expensive. Home internet, like my home internet's like $80 for fiber for the same thing. But that's how it is. It's like businesses supplement residential, usually is how that works. Stream was good on Twitch. Okay, that's good. I'm going to try to go up a little bit on Twitch bitrate and see. I don't know how far I can go before they get mad at me. You have symmetrical 900 megabit for $29 and 29 pounds, so which would be like what, $60 or something, and that's residential again, you know. So USB meter on the top left. How does it show 0.0xxx? You're talking about my USB meter, the USB one, that one. Ready? And that one is because of this program right here. And so I just basically am just cropping this little area. This is what plugs into my meter that's down on the bottom here. Right here. It's right there, plugs into a USB port, and then I just run it up. USB, let's see, it usually takes 4 volts to activate, and it's, yeah, so it's plugged into the USB here, and it keeps it on all the time, if that makes sense. So whenever they get a price installed, here is supposed to be $80 a month for fiber. Yeah, so I have Google Fiber, and it's $80 a month at home. Okay, then when I ordered a G5 5500, no more sign of life. I changed them and ordered it from eBay. Wait, hold on, I'm confused of what you're saying here. I'll give it a try. Messed up the EC and BIOS chip. No more signs of life. I changed them. Oh, okay. So you changed out the EC chip and the BIOS chip, and now you have no signs of life? Okay, well, we can give it a try. If you want to bring it, send it in. We can do it on a live stream if you want. Have you played with a System 76 laptop? No, I haven't. You know, I thought about that. Maybe it would be kind of cool to do a stream with some other machine, right? So like get like a framework, and I know that you guys want me to open up some other brand, so we could try doing that where I'm just kind of like out of my element, opening up a HP or something. The thing is I don't want anybody to think I do HPs. And I won't have any parts to fix it, but maybe that will be kind of the fun too. Damn, that's how the price thingy is different. Yeah, so you'll have a business pay a lot more. So I was paying $400 a month for a long time for 10 by 100 internet. And at home I had 10 by 100 for like $63 a month. Same company. So yeah, business is always supplement. So 1 gig is $35 a month. Wow, that's crazy. I'm telling you, it's incredible. Are you talking about the digital meter? Yeah, you have to be talking about the digital one. You have a USB power meter. It needs 4 volts to start. Well, so again, this is plugged in right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a USB right here that's powered by the laptop, so I can unplug the charger itself and it's still plugged in. Like it's powered on by the actual machine through the software. Excuse me. What place do you choose for voltage injection to be safe usually? So if you found a place that's shorted on the motherboard that has a low resistance, and depends on what the measurement of resistance is how much voltage you want to inject, that's where you want to inject. So it's whether safe or not, doesn't have anything to do with that. If it's shorted and it's not supposed to be shorted, you can inject there, but how much do you inject? And so usually the limit's going to be 1 volt. And so you just kind of want, if it's almost 0, then you can start at like 0.4 volts. If it's 3 ohms or something like that, you can go up to 1 volt. And if you know for a fact it's not going to the CPU or GPU or chipset, then you can go higher than that. Let's see. You just reminded me that I bought my multimeter at home to test some batteries. Nice. Okay, so we also have the power meter here. If you're asking about my power meter, which this camera used to have that in the shot. I don't know why it's over there. It's weird. It moved over. But yeah, anyway, this is my power meter box. I have a video on how to make that. And 3D printed plans and stuff like that. I need a drink of water. System 76 supports a hella open terms of hardware of Arch. Yeah, I've looked at, because I've ran, doesn't it run like Pop OS? You got a Lenovo that won't power off USB. You want a new stream machine. If you want to try that. I don't necessarily want to try that. We're not like desperate for like content or anything, but I'm just saying, we're coming up with things. So maybe we'll put that on the side just in case. Build a Frankenstein laptop. That'd be interesting. I did have an idea where I was like, can I build a laptop out of the stuff that's in my warehouse? But that's still going to be a pain. It's just like so many parts. I'm like, ugh. What do you want to do with it? Liquid damage is the worst. Yeah, well, a customer brought in their Inspiron that was spilled on by a friend. Finally, the CPU was dead. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a nightmare going through a spilled CPU like that. I mean, spilled motherboard. I mean, it can be any type of component. What are your thoughts on a 9575? They're super strange. Here, I'll show you what the motherboard looks like. This is a 9575 board right here, and it has like a daughter board over here, this weird interposer ribbon cable thing, and I don't know. I don't like them. They're cool. They're 2-in-1 XPS, but they're just, I don't know. They run really hot. They are kind of higher end, so they're almost like a Precision, but you bought one. Wait, what did you buy, Ronald? You bought a Lenovo? CPU temps run high. Is that normal for a Dell gaming laptop? CPU, yeah, I mean, yes, but you need to make sure you have all your chipset drivers updated, and there's going to be a thermal driver that you can install, and that will usually fix the issue if you're having that. If your heatsink's getting really hot and your fans are on, then it's all doing its job. Just make sure you clean your fans and stuff like that. But if the heatsink isn't getting really hot, but it's saying it's really hot, then you know you have some thermal paste issue. Up in Wisconsin, I've been paying $50 a month for 10 megabit, 10 by 1 over, no. Oh, you're saying 10 megabit, not gigabit. Yeah, I'm like, hold on, am I thinking about it? So a 10 by 1, okay, it's 10 by 1, but you've been paying $50 a month, but you're on copper DSL. Makes total sense. Yeah, I actually have some land outside of Austin, and I have blasted Wi-Fi. It's on a tower, and it's 25 by 5, and I pay $100 a month for that, because that's the best I can get. But I used to pay 4 by 3. It was a 4 meg down, 3 meg up for $100 a month. Isn't that crazy? I paid that for years, but that's the only internet you can get, and you can still stream Netflix and stuff like that. But all right, yes, it is time to end the stream. Thank you so much for everyone coming out, and we did fix one laptop. The other one kind of just gave up. That's fine. It is the way it is. Nothing we can really do about it. I'll look at it again tomorrow. It kind of sucks that they had to replace that motherboard, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining in. Hopefully you enjoyed this edition of the Wednesday live stream where you guys tell me what to repair. You guys vote. You have say in this democracy. I want to thank all of my moderators. You guys work really, really hard, and I appreciate all the hard work. And thanks for any of the donations to the streams. Any donations are going to go to this customer's repair. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And thanks for watching.